Yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'll be honest, I was umming and ahhing about doing this show today. I've not been feeling too well overnight. I've woken up today, taken the dogs for a walk, and my hay fever is absolutely killing me. My eyes are bright red. I can't stop sneezing. But anyway, here we are. Hopefully, some people come and help me out in a little bit. Hope you are well, everyone. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Tottenham are away at West Ham. By the way, Rangers have just scored a really good goal for anyone who's watching or cares about the Old Firm derby. Rangers 1, Celtic 0. Cyril Dessers has just scored. Look, it's an interesting one, isn't it? We're away at West Ham and they're in terrible form. We're in terrible form. All the lead up to this game has been people calling it the old crapico and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that, but I just don't know what sort of teams we're going to see, what sort of effort are we going to have. I'm refreshing, waiting to see the Spurs lineup. It should be out. Here we go. Here we go. So the Spurs team is thusly, if that's a word: Vicario in goal, Gray, Danso, Davis, and Spence, Star, Basuma, and Kulusevski, with Odebear, Richarlison, and Tell. So for me, it looks like you're going to have Gray at right back, Danso and Davis at centre half, with Jed Spence at left back, Sarr and Basuma in midfield, Kulu as an attacking midfielder, and then Odebear to the right, Richie through the middle, and Tell to the left. The bench is Kinski, Porro, Adogi, Romero, Van de Ven, Bentancur, Ajayi, remember him, he's still alive, Moore, and Johnson. So let me know if anyone needs that team again. But I don't know what to expect anymore. What team are we going to put out in terms of, are we going to go back to the kind of chaotic 4-3-3, everyone's inverted? Are we going to actually going to do what are we actually going to do what we did the other night and play more of a 4-2-3-1? Are we going to invert? Where's the creativity going to come from without Maddison? We knew he wasn't going to play, but just chucking out some ideas. But equally, look, this is a really, really, really poor. God, I think I'm coming down with a flu or something. It's just, I'm freezing cold, by the way, and it's not freezing cold. Like, sorry, you have to listen to my moaning. Yeah, I don't know what's quite to expect. Let me go and have a look at the West Ham team. Let's have a look. So West Ham have gone with Areola in goal, and they got Cresswell, Emerson, Kilman, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka. So it looks like they're going to go with a 5 at the back, right? It's going to be Emerson left wing back, Wan-Bissaka right wing back, with Todibo, Kilman, and Cresswell as a back three. Souček, Paqueta, and Kudus, with then Bowen and Fulkrog. So I'm guessing that's going to be a back 5. Yeah, Ash, yeah. I'm guessing it's going to be a back 5 for West Ham. I genuinely don't know what to make of this game. Normally, we come into games, sorry, but I tell you what, I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to man up a little bit here. And yes, my mug does say, hey, good looking. Got about 9 sugars in there. Yeah, I genuinely don't know. What are you lot expecting? What are we expecting today? It's kind of like the, what's that saying? Is it the before the Lord's Mayor show or something? I don't know. It just feels a bit weird. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a 0-0, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was a 4-4. Do you know what I mean? It's got that type of vibe. What wouldn't surprise me as well is that I've got nearly 200 people in here and only 34 likes. That is an utter shambles. Also, there is a poll in the chat. So far, only 70 people have voted. It's quite a simple one today. Who wins? 54% is West Ham, 31% is the draw, and 14% Spurs. I haven't actually voted. I genuinely don't. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to expect. Let's have a look at the other game going on, by the way. So I know it's not started yet. Let's have a look and see what Man U have done. Man U, De Ligt, Lindelof and Shaw, Amas, Mainu, Ericsson, Diallo, Mount, Fernandes, Højlund. So Man U have made a lot of changes as well. Brentford, and Buemo, Shard and Vissa, Damsgaard. Yeah, Brentford have gone strong. You would expect that. And then the other game you've got on is Brighton Newcastle, which is the live game. Brighton, yeah, I mean, both of those two teams have gone strong. I mean, no Joe Linton, he's injured. So Willock goes into the team. Okay. So it's going to be interesting. Oh, God, I can't deal with it. What would it take for me to be Angie? Oh, God, what? I don't want him here. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Let's not go straight into that conversation, please. Let's just try and have some form of conversation about the game before we talk about Ange. I'm so bored of hearing this, by the way, that any game is a free hit. Nah, you've lost 19 games of football all season. It can't be a free hit. Sure. Does anyone else? Am I the only one that thinks that this whole free hit nonsense is ridiculous? Why are we talking about free hits? We're Tottenham Hotspur. We're talking like we're Burnley or something. Do you know what I mean? We're talking like, oh, it's a free hit. Just lose today. Just lose. Oh, okay. Absolutely, it's my face. It's my face. It is absolutely crazy, isn't it, to talk about, yeah, it don't matter today. It's all about the Europa League. Sorry, are these boys only paid to play in the Europa League? Is that what we're saying? I'm sorry. This is a game which could be our 20th loss of the season. I care about this. I care about all of these games. It's absolutely mad. Brad says the opposite of a free hit. Every game needs to be a cup final for Ange to have any chance of keeping faith. For me, let's go back to that question then. Let's go back to that question. Where are we? Just seeing if anyone's joining. Let's go back to that question. What would it take for me to be Ange? Well, maybe don't lose week in, week out in the Premier League. Maybe that would be a great start for me. That would be a great start. Maybe stop saying things like free hit. Maybe people stop backing every time he loses a game. Yes, Thursday's a big game in Tottenham's history, but can we please stop talking about free hits? I've done this before as well. I think we've got to realize. I think we've got to realize that every single league position is a lot of money. Every single league position is a lot of money. And when we sit there and we talk about, we're not going to have any money in the summer. Oh, we haven't paid this player the wages that he wanted. Oh, Daniel Levy was tight. Sure. But finish higher up the league so you've got some money to do those things. Surely you do that. Surely you don't turn around and go, oh, don't worry about the league. Because already, if I'm not wrong, the difference between fifth last season and at the moment where are we 16th is about £34 million in prize money. It's a lot of money. £34 million is a lot of money. It's a whole footballer. It's two footballers depending on. It's 3 Berg vows if you want to talk about that sort of money. 3 Berg vows. So no, I'm not going to sit there and say free hit. Again, I'll tell you what, I've got a lot of the best man at my wedding is a West Ham fan. I have no desire to be bantered by him after today. I have no desire to turn around and say, yeah, well, we lost 4-0. Well, don't worry, we're in a European semi-final. That's just not how it works. So for me, I'm afraid I'm not into this free hit stuff. So does anyone see the 11 different to me? I looked at that 11 and I think it's going to be Gray at right back, Danso and Davis centre back, Spence at left back. I know you could probably say, well, Davis could play at left back, Spence at right back, Gray at centre half. But for me, I've got a feeling it's going to be on the right hand side, right? Gray on the right hand side, Spence on the left, and Danso and Davis in the middle. That's what I think we're going to do. Phil, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of what I expected. What I do want to see, though, regardless, Phil, of the starting lineup, is I don't want to see us go back to this chaos. Everyone's sort of chaotic all over the place. Yeah, it's not looking that positive, is it, the poll? Let's have a look at the moment. Still not many votes. By the way, the likes are absolutely shambolic. Can we please get those likes up? There's nearly 300 of you in here and 63 likes. We've got like Solanke's career goal conversion rates going on here. I'm just going to wind up Lubo 1 second. Archie Gray is playing today, everybody. So that will make Lubo very happy. Gray is playing. I'm looking forward to a man of the match performance. Archie Gray. You've got to love the conversations we have every day about Archie Gray. Absolutely amazing. Guys and girls. Let's go in with some score predictions. Let's go early today. So we've got an hour till kickoff. What sort of score predictions are we thinking? I genuinely don't know. No, I genuinely don't know what to predict. I don't know. I mean, West Ham, are they going to be up for it? I mean, people always say that this is their cup final, right? I don't know how much I believe in that, but I genuinely don't know. Oh, sorry, my chair's completely not in the middle, is it? I genuinely don't know what to suggest today. I mean, I look at that lineup. I don't like the two wide men and I don't like the forward area, if I'm going to be brutally honest. But I keep being told that Odegaard and Tell are good. Let's see. Let's see what they're about. Richarlison up against their three centre halves. I thought Richarlison had a good game the other night. Are we going to play Ange ball? I genuinely don't know what to think about today's game. I was speaking to my mate yesterday who's a West Ham fan, and he was a bit the same. He said, I just don't know what we're doing anymore. He from a West Ham perspective, he said, it's almost like we're just kind of waiting till the summer to try and get Potter's football instilled into the team. And I said, well, I felt like that for 2 years. It's almost like I've been waiting for 2 years to see what is Ange ball. I genuinely don't know what Ange ball is at this stage. I keep hearing that it's good. I keep hearing that, my mate Ben, who keeps coming on, keeps telling me, oh, well, after 2 years, he drills into his team. And I'm like, oh, when are we going to see it? I don't know. Is what we saw Thursday night the real Tottenham? Is the real Tottenham what I saw against Wolves and Forest? I genuinely don't know anymore. Pierre said, yes, it does. The game kicks off in exactly 1 hour. It's exactly 1 p.m. here in the United Kingdom. Aussie Ange said, Ange got us to our only 6 European semi-final. Okay, good. Matty K, Spurs 5-0. Oh, it's almost like people have not watched Spurs before. 5-0. Are we genuinely going with 5-0? I don't think we are we? I don't know. Ange ball was on Thursday when the players followed instructions. So Ange ball basically was when he doesn't do what he normally does. Is that what we're saying, Reezy? So Ange ball is actually when he comes away from the chaotic nonsense that we normally see. Ange ball is Thursday night when players are actually playing in position. Is that what we're saying? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Yeah, I do feel that there's a lot of fans that I don't think that have watched Tottenham for many years. When they say things like semi-finals, I've been to many semi-finals. You know, yes, it's good, and you have to get on routes. You have to obviously get through the semis to get to the final. But I do think that we're talking as though we've done a lot to get there, and I get in trouble for this, but I genuinely don't think we've had to do anything to really get to this final. I don't think we've played anybody of note, and everyone gets really annoyed when I say it, but I do think it's true. I genuinely don't think we've had to really do anything to get to this final or semi-final. I don't think we've had to do anything. Look, the best team we've beaten has been an out of shape Frankfurt, who are a decent team, but again, since Marmouche left, they've definitely not been the same. Listen, if people want to call that negative, I'm just stating facts. Yeah, we're in a semi-final. Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you any more times that I think we're going to win it. Every time I say we're going to win it, I get every time I say we're going to win it, I get told that I genuinely don't want us to win it, which I find very, very odd. I get told that I want us to lose so I can be right. I don't know. I mean, right about what? I genuinely don't know. For me, I've said this a million times, right? I genuinely don't know how many times I'd say this. We've got to win it. We've got to win it for so many reasons. First of all, to cover up what's been a horrendous year. We've got to do it to cover up how bad this has been. Second of all, we've got to for financial reasons, which again, we're not accountants, but it's going to have a huge effect on whether Daniel Levy and co put money in, whether or not we're going to have money to spend on players. 3, what if the manager does go? Attracting a new manager, you've got more chance of attracting a new manager if you're in the Champions League, if you're in Europe. Attracting players, you've got better chance of attracting better players if you are in the Champions League. So there's many reasons. I've said, I feel like a lot of people don't listen. A lot of people just say what they want about me out there and they don't actually watch what I say. We've got to win this competition. We're at that stage. We have to win this competition. So, and I've said before, I think we're going to win this competition. We haven't actually, played anyone, as I said. If I look at the caliber of teams in it, now where I've been wrong is I said I thought Bilbao would win it, but it looks like Man United are going to beat Bilbao. But I genuinely think we're going to win the Europa League because we've had a nice run and we should be winning it. I don't think the caliber is great. I'm not saying we're amazing, but I don't think the caliber in this competition is great. And if we don't win it, it would just be, it'll be the worst season I can ever remember as a Tottenham fan, ever, if we don't win it. Just, like, getting to the final isn't enough, by the way. God, I'm so cold. I don't know what is wrong with me. I'm definitely coming down with something. God, I'm freezing. Genuinely, I mean, Sava keeps downplaying. I don't know what this means. Downplaying what? So far, we haven't won it, so relax. Second of all, I'm not downplaying it. I think, Reezy, as I said, I'm not downplaying it. I think we've had a nice route. There's nothing wrong with that. People take it that that's offensive. We've had a nice route to get to this final. Is that not true, Reezy? I don't think I'm lying there. Everyone in the chat, I'll ask you right now, am I lying when I say that? I think we've had a nice route to the final. I don't think we've had to beat anybody of note. I'm not sure why so many of you get annoyed. Talking about nice routes. Look at this man in his mop of hair. James Flower, how you doing, sir?
I'm very well. How are you?
Mate, I feel like death warmed up, if I'm brutally honest, mate. But I'm here, I'm plodding along, and I'm holding back the tears. If I'm honest, I just want to go and crawl into bed and die. James, let me ask you a question. Yes, by the way, Bader, yeah, the fan who told me that I should take a lie detector to see if I actually want to win the Europa was very funny. James, why are people so frustrated when I say we've had a nice route to the final? Like, why? Why is that such a bad thing to say?
I think it kind of just because it comes across like it's a negative thing, not a good thing. I think some people would say, right, oh yeah, there's like a negative spin when really it should just be looked at as we're in a semi-final, not we've had an easy route to semi-final,
Sure.
and
Sure.
we've had a lot of easy routes before and not made it. So I think that potentially could be why.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I get that. What I find funny though, James, is I mean, you're in the WhatsApp group with me. You've seen me say a million times we're going to win this Europa League. And yet I get hammered every day on YouTube going, Sava's going to be wrong. We're going to win it. Like, yeah, we should bloody win it. And James, we should. If I had said to you, we're going to have Alkmaar, Frankfurt, Bodo, Glimt, Man United, we should. Like, I don't think there's anyone there where you go, oh, that's a massive barrier, is there?
I think it's sort of catch-22 because I think you could say Frankfurt away, they don't concede goals there, they win there. I think people could say the likes of Lazio. Everyone was saying there's no way Lazio don't win it. They're a fantastic team. Like Bilbao, the same thing. I think that sometimes there's a negative spin that's easily spun just as much as the positive spun is like easily spun. And by that I mean if someone says like 3-1 for me, I'm like fantastic, 2-goal lead. Whereas there's a lot of people saying, well, 2 goals is still squeaky bum time. Well, I think, well, if you're in any competition and you're at half time and you're 2-0 up, regardless of what's going to happen, you are 2-0 up. Like you are 2 goals to the good. And I think sometimes, some people can't take context or what is meant to happen and what's going to happen, and they just think, oh well, you're negative. They don't look at the whole thing, or you're positive, or you're a happy clapper, or vice versa. I just think that there's a lot more context to what people say rather than just the black and white words.
No, mate, I make you right. I mean, look, do you from this position though? Do you think we should be winning this?
It should be. I don't know.
Let me change.
Yeah.
We're going to win it?
Yes, I do. Yeah, but I know Man City have had a bad. Man United have had one bad season. Well, not one bad season, but they've had a bad season. But no one in hell would tell me at the start of the season or whenever that Man United in a cup final is an easy game. That regardless of how bad they've been, they've always been winners. And so to get them in a final, they still know how to win. It's just like natural. It's like, okay, we'll turn up here. They beat City in the cup final. They've done it.
No, mate, I completely agree with you. Listen, I mean, Man United, I think what I find funny is if we do get to the final with Man United, and I think we will, it's the whole notion of, well, we've beat them 3 times already. And I don't know whether that's a good stat at this point or not, because it's kind of like, yeah, we've beaten them 3 times, but then you go, law of averages, are they due one? Do you know what I mean? Like, it does worry me a little bit. But, I mean, what does it say, though, for the strength of European football when Spurs and Man United have had the seasons they've had and are both going to get to the final? By the way, I'm just working it out. Man United have lost 15 games. Between Man United and Spurs, we've lost 34 league games between us this season, with both with 4 games left to play as well. What does it say about the strength of European football that those 2 teams are going to be in a final?
Again, I personally, this is just me. I personally don't look into it like that because I think, wasn't it the year that Chelsea won it? Weren't they? Didn't they have a really bad season? And they set their manager, brought Di Matteo in, did they? And then they won it. So I don't. I personally, I like to take things at face value, and if we got there, we got there, regardless. All right, it may be easy, might not be. People say about the Champions League run, yeah, but it was an easy route to the final. And you think, well, they said City weren't the City of old. And you're like, hold on a minute. Like, you can always... I try to put myself in the middle of both fans. There's always people that are going to say, well, it was an easy route. Okay. There's always people that are going to say, like, we've never got there. Like, Spurs are amazing, Ange, blah, blah, blah. So I try to look at myself as in the middle and try not to look into too much of the whole easy route, bad route, X, Y, Z, look where we are here. I'm like, well, we are there. Regardless of how we're there, we're there. You think people would say in the World Cup if they had an easy route to the World Cup final or the FA Cup final or like Liverpool this season? For me, Arsenal this time last season, I don't think Arsenal would be in the top 5. So does that mean that we take everything away from Liverpool because it was a lesser Premier League season? For me,
I agree. I agree. By the way, I'm not. If we win it, we win it. I'm not taking anything away from it. But that's my reasoning. Only my reasoning for why we should be winning it. Because we can say you only play who's in front of you. But I do think it's been very nice. I do, James. I think it's been nice that you go, all right, we've not had to play anyone. And look, if we win it, well, I'm not going to have the conversation about should Ange stay or should Ange go. But if we win it, I'm at the point now, James, where I think we've got to win it just to cover over this season. That's the problem for me. Is normally when you look at teams, you say, "Oh, it's been a good cup run, or we're in a semi, we're in a final, and that's good." Now it's a necessity to win it. Now I think this could be disastrous for Tottenham Hotspur if we don't win it in the long term. I think it could be disastrous. Players leaving, not being able to bring players in, lack of funds. We'll have the league revenue will be down. There'll be no Champions League revenue coming into the club. I think it's an absolute necessity to win this tournament now.
So I think, yeah, if you're looking at that, I mean, I don't think it's a necessity because we haven't won this in 40 odd years. You know what I mean? So for me, on that point, I don't think it's a necessity. But what I would agree with is if we don't win this, it's hard to see where Tottenham are going to go or be next season because we're going to be managerless. I mean, Lange, they look like they're all going. Looks like Paratici signing. But at the same time, you are literally starting from 17th in the Premier League. Like, you are literally, when people say start from the ground up, you are starting from the ground up. You are 17th. So if we do finish 17th, for me, what's our aim next season? Top half of the table? Because you can't just go, well, back to 4th. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
so in that respect, I don't think it's a necessity because we haven't won it before. Like, we haven't won it for 40 years. But I do think that if you're expecting to push on next season and actually compete and actually progress, then you do need to win it. If you're looking to, for example, if we don't win it, I can only see us signing players like Tell. If we do win it, I think we then can go, okay, back you go, Tell. We can now have another little look into the situation, what's going on, what's not going on.
I completely agree with you, James, on that front. That's where I was coming from, by the way. When I'm saying necessity, I'm not saying, oh my God, he has to win a trophy. We're only going to judge him against that. But the problem is where the league has been so bad, James. You know, this isn't like we're saying, oh, we finished 8th. You know, we're going to finish 8th or 7th and it's not been great and we've lost a few games. You're right. If we finish 17th, you're starting next season as the worst team in the league, apart from the 3 that have come up. So for me, you're bang on. I don't want to be signing Matisse Tells. I don't think that's where we should be as a club if we want to progress. I don't want to be signing more. No offense, I don't want to be signing more Odebers, more Greys. I want us to be going right. We're in the Champions League. Let's go and sign a Locatelli. Let's go and sign an Mbuemo. You know, that's the difference here for me of winning this competition and not winning it. So when people tell me you don't want to win it, I think it's an absolute fundamental that we've got to win this now. That's just the point I'm making. I keep being told I don't want to win it, and I'm like, this is mad. I think we've got to win it. It's crazy. Today's game. Where are you at with today's game? Strange one, right?
Yeah, it is. Actually, no, it's not. To be honest, no, it's not, because what's the difference in this game and the other 25 games before it? Probably nothing to me. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea on the score. Last week, I predicted like a 3. Who did we play last? I can't even remember. Bodo, I think I predicted a 4-0. The week before that, I predicted a win. So I have no idea, mate, to be honest. I really have no idea.
Yeah, it's a strange one.
And for me, that is why I would like another manager, to be honest. It ain't the stupid this or that, or Ange doesn't adapt, or Ange doesn't do this or this or this. For me, it's just how can you be excited for something that you don't know what you're going to have? So it's impossible to be excited for something when you don't know what's turning up. So for me, again, I'm just rephrasing like a Pochettino just because he's here and everyone talks about him or blah, blah, blah. If it was Pochettino, you'd know, right, we're going to have a lot of the ball. We're going to be exciting to watch. We're going to attack this game. Under this guy, I don't know if we're going to just give the ball away and be 3-0 down in 10 minutes, if we're going to go 4-0 up and then draw 4-all. Like, I have no idea. So it's impossible to be excited about any of it.
Yeah, mate, I completely agree with you. As I said at the beginning of the show, I don't know what tactics we're going to play. You know, we're going to play Frankfurt tactics, Bodo Glimt tactics. Are we going to play how we played against Wolves, where we were completely wide open? I genuinely don't know what we're going to do. Matt said, why am I banging on about revenue? When we're finishing top 4, what did Levy do with that revenue you keep talking about? Well, look, let's try and be grown up about this, right? I'm not banging on about revenue because you have to remember whether Levy spent the money well or not is different to has Levy spent the money. Is that fair, James? He spent money. I just don't think he spent it well. What people like Matt can't wrap their head around is if we don't get Champions League, it's Champions League or bust, right? If we don't get Champions League, we've got no European revenue coming into the club next season and 34 to 37 million less league revenue than last season. So suddenly we're 50, 60, 70 million pound down on where we were, where we didn't have a good transfer window last year. So if we didn't have a good transfer window last year, what do fans like Matt expect is going to happen this year when there's no revenue coming in? That's not me being an accountant. That's me using my brain and saying, if I'm not getting paid, how can I buy stuff? Isn't that obvious, James? I feel like this is a really obvious point.
Well, I think it's just kind of contradicting all himself, to be honest, because he's the one banging on about backing Ange. And then when Ange asked for a 60 million Dom Solanke and a 45 million Brennan Johnson and blah, 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 that's all well and good. The demanding all of this or saying we don't spend all of that. What did we do with the money? Well, in my opinion, Daniel Levy's backed Ange with every money that he wanted. So you need to pick your battle and fight it rather than half empty this, half this, because you just sound stupid. You even need to sort of stick. Like for me, I said to him in that chat, from now until the end of the season, I'm going to try not to criticise anybody. Just get behind the team and see where we end up. Because if we win the Europa League, I mean, yeah, that's game changer for me. Like I said, winning it, watching it with my son, and there'd be so much to it. So for the next sort of thing, I'm going to try not to sort of not hate, but put out all that negativity. After a game, I'll judge the game, but I ain't going to sort of criticise Ange. Just do what you've got to do and get me this cup, and then hopefully he leaves. But when you've got people backing him, and then saying, well, what happens when we don't spend the money, or what did we do with that money? Well, we bought the players that the manager that you wanted got. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Stick to your path or your route and then stick with it. Like for me, Daniel, I've said to everybody else, I don't blame Daniel Levy for the last 2 years. The guy spent money on this fraud of a manager. So, I don't even know how to answer that, to be honest, because I feel like you're just going around in circles and having two different debates. How can you want Ange in and then moan about the money that's not being spent when he's been spent? It doesn't make sense.
Well, this is the thing. And by the way, I'm sorry, Cam. Half the fan base wanted us to lose to City. I don't know many people that wanted us to lose to Man City. I'm a handful. But this narrative, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Right. But this narrative that half the fan base, I don't remember half the fan base wanting us to lose. But listen, we'll come back to that in a second, Cam. You all right there, Dan?
Yeah. I'm still I'm on the recovery list, mate. Don't worry about that.
Okay. What recovering from?
Going a bit OTT with a drink and everything else last night. Was just having a casual drink with a wife, whatever, like we do sometimes. And then I didn't realise half the bottle of Southern Comfort was gone, and then I didn't really realise the other half of the bottle was gone. And I can definitely feel it this morning.
And that's what drink. Do you know what I feel? I feel drunk. I'm not. I'm so ill. I'm not so ill. I mean, like I'm. And then we you'll know that there's a. Sorry, I'm going to talk to you as though we're not live on stream. We just went to Swanley. There's a park in Swanley where you get you pay £10 for the hour and you get an enclosed part of the park to yourself to just let the dogs run off. We should go there, Dan, with your new pup. And I just went there, and I'm like, when I'm in there, I'm like, oh, this is lovely and fresh air. The moment we got back in the car, my nose was going, yeah, your hay fever's going to hit you. And now I'm like, desperately. Anyway, we digress. Dan, this whole conversation, right? I think it's a very interesting one because we're not accountants, right? And I'm not somebody that wants to talk about finances all the time. But I do think our fan base is very naive, Dan, when we're just talking about, just don't worry where you finish in the league. The league games don't matter. These will be the same people, Dan, that in the summer will be going, well, Daniel Levy's not bought players. These will be the same people going, oh, hang on, if we need to go and get that managed, if we want to go and get, I'll just use it as an example, Marco Silva, and he's got a 10 million buyout clause. I don't know if he has. People will go, oh, just pay the 10 million. But Dan, if we don't win the Europa League, you've got no European revenue coming in. You're 37 million, 34 million down on league revenue. Where do these people think that revenue is coming from?
I think, look, one of the biggest problems is, I'll go to the revenue bit in a second. One of the biggest problems is at the moment, I think we have right now at this club, apart from the bloody manager, is the fact that we are quite high chance going to be in the Europa Cup final and can win it. And I think that's just going to, for so many people, put the wallpaper over the cracks on the wall and everything, and everyone will just forget about the season and that. That's why I liked what the Man U manager said. He said, I don't care if we win the cup or not. We've had a terrible season no matter what. And then said how he use it to try and rebuild on the season, basically. Whereas our manager comes out and tries and makes it out like we've had a spectacular season, basically.
But look at my mate Matt, right? Look at this. He doesn't get it. Completely wrong. But Matt, this is math. This is basic math. If you finished 12 places below last year, that's £37.5 million less, right? Now, if we don't win the Europa League, you've got no European revenue at all. So when you're saying we don't need these positions, we don't need this revenue to spend, when have you ever known Daniel Levy and Enoch put their own money in? Surely, Dan, we've learnt this in 25 years, haven't we?
I personally think what he's actually trying to say, this is just the way I see it, what he's actually trying to say is that we are probably one of the only clubs in the world that can stand our ground, basically, not have to sell anyone, not have to win anything, not have to get in any competition, win any competitions and that, and hold ourselves with the money and still have a bit of change in our back pocket. I think that's what he's trying to come across as. But if we haven't got the top four money or the Champions League money or whatever else, that's easily another 50, 60 million off of spending. And then you're also looking at wages and everything and that as well. And that's where it all runs into it. The club's still got the power from everything you read in that to go out and spend 300-400 million and it wouldn't even get touched. But has the club actually got the money to do it? Or is it actually the value of the club, if you get what I'm saying? Because now I've been doing quite a bit more checking up and reading on it and that. It looks like shares-wise, we've got the whole lot. But cash-wise, we haven't. I'm not sure. It's just where I'm reading different things and taking different things in now, basically.
Absolutely. But like when the financial report came out, it went to show that we're not making the money that I think some fans think we are making. We're making money. I'm not saying we're not, Dan, but I think a lot of people seem to think that what's coming in is leaving us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of £1 million up every year. I don't think people understand as well. There's still a lot of players that we haven't paid for. And every club has that, Dan. Every club. That's not Tottenham. There's still a lot of footballers that we're paying money for. I don't know the exact numbers. Somebody in the chat, if you know, I think it's like 300 million. I could be making that up completely. But the difference is, Dan, we know Daniel Levy. We know Enoch. This isn't a case of us just going, well, don't worry about that money because they'll pump money in. You know they won't, Dan.
No, but Sava, let me counter you on that one. You thought you knew Daniel Levy. I thought we knew Daniel Levy.
I know what you're going with it.
Angie's still here.
Yeah, but I've got a theory on that. And I still think my theory is right.
I've got the theory on that. I think yours is similar to my one on this one, if I remember right when we spoke about it and that. And I've had this idea for about 7 or 8 months now. But
yeah,
either way, if we're just going to go by hardcore religion, if that's how you want to put it, we know how Daniel Levy works.
yeah. No,
And
well,
with that,
we do know how Daniel Levy works in financially. There's never been a summer. There's never been a summer where we've gone, wow, look how much we've overspent. Nearly every summer, if you actually look at the books, look how well Daniel Levy balances the ins and outs. He's not dumb. I know. Like Levy always says he's not. Lubo always says he's not a good businessman. But let's be fair. When you get to the end of a summer, you're normally looking at like, hang on, Spurs have spent 150 million this summer. When you work out what's gone the other way, you're like, it's give or take the same. Welcome, Barry.
I don't know if a few more of my brain cells are going to be destroyed like they were this morning from some awful takes from Matty K. I know you're in the chat. Matty K, just awful. Just awful. So,
but he is right on this. This is an opinion from Matty K.
Yeah,
that is
this is what we can agree with. Exactly. We can agree with this. We can agree with this. But look, all is well. All is well. Emerson's back in training, so all is well.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you've lasted 60 seconds. Big up to my man, Arsenal, just a spicy Spurs. The super sticker, big up to you, my man. Always super stickers from you, always appreciated as always. And thank you, guys. The super stickers in the last 2-3 days have been absolutely mental. So thank you very much. Really appreciate all of you. Big up to the Sanctuary of 7, who's become a member. Well done to you for realizing that this is the way, this is the place to be a member. Big up to you, my man. And much love to you as always. Thank you very much. Then he's gone on and said, big up, Dan. I was on the Southern Comfort too. Or Southern Comfort is not the one. I'll be honest. I really feel like I woke up this morning and felt like I'd had a night. I felt awful. I need a violin. I need a really little violin. I feel
mini
awful.
cello.
Big up to you, Sanctuary 7. Matty K with a super sticker. Matty K, save this money, use it to do some fact checking on Richarlison and Solanke, mate. Big up to you. Thank you very much, Matty. Much love as always. And big up to my man, Blaine. Always very generous. So big up Sava and the chat. You couldn't make this up. But if we and United get to the final, I'll have to watch the game in Manchester due to work commitments. The only yid in the village, eh? Good luck. Good luck is all I will say. Blaine, I don't know if you saw this and everyone else saw it, by the way. If Man United win the Europa League and Real Betis win the Conference League, Anthony is going to finish the season with 2 European trophies. That's absolutely mental, isn't it? Anthony's going to finish the season with 2 European trophies. Just saying, big up to you, Blaine. Really appreciate that. Let me know if you need some good places to go in Manchester. I know some really nice places to go there. And Liverpool. Barry and I know some good places to go in Liverpool. Barry?
Don't ask Perchy because he'll get in trouble.
You just don't ask Perchy. Yeah, sorry, Phil. Yeah.
Hang on. Phil, really? Really, Phil? Are we doing this? Your boy Tell's
I'm going to change his name to Tell Coys.
Yeah. What's going to happen today when Tell has a stinker? We should sign him. Phil will be like, I didn't think he played that badly today. I'm coming for all of you today. Matty K, you have riled me up this morning. So I'm coming for you later. I'm coming for Lubo later. I'm coming for Phil Coys later. There's no Gray, Tell, none of these lovers are going to be safe later because I'm going to literally come for you all.
Big up to my main man, Nick. If you don't follow Nick, please do. I really, really like Nick's content. A really good commentator of YouTube. I'm a big fan of Nick's. Good guy as well. Beautiful haircut. He's a DJ as well. What's not to love? Please get over there and subscribe to Nick's Football Club. Guys, look, I don't know about you. I'm getting a little bit tired of this whole today's a free hit. I feel like we've been saying that for the last 15 league games. I feel like all year we've been saying free hit. Where's the pride from our fans, Barry. You know, this is West Ham. This is a London derby. Surely we should be sitting there going, I do not want to lose under any circumstances. How have we ended up like this?
Look, I mean, I'm a bit confused by the team, if I'm honest, because I don't really understand what we're trying to do here. I guess Kulu for Maddison, I get it. Richarlison, because he's better than Solanke, I get it. That's not saying I want Richarlison, right? So let's not say that. The defense, I mean, I don't even know. And then you got if Sarr and Basuma are going to play like Basuma and Bentancur played, and we set up like we did on Thursday, then great. But I don't understand what we're doing, what this manager's trying to do. It's not a free hit. We could be 17th by the end of today. And don't give me, 17th, but in a European Cup final because we're 3-1 up against Bodo. No. We could be 17th. This will be if we lose today and go 17th. This is absolutely disgraceful. Like disgraceful.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, are you on that page with Barry? I mean, if we go 7, no, you're not.
Not particularly. The only thing I'm bothered about today is the fact that it's West Ham and I want to beat them. If it was basically any other team that's not a London team, whatever, that we're not, I really don't care. The season is done for me. I mean, if you want to talk about pride went out the window about 3 months ago, if I remember right.
2 years ago.
I mean, either way, yeah. I mean, so what pride am I playing in now? For finish 17th or 14th? For me, pretty much both of that is irrelevant because it's been a disaster of a season, basically, unless we win that cup. I personally think that we've got to focus everything on the Europa Cup because that's what we can still win. I get that people still want to see us.
Why is Moore not playing? Why is Ajayi not playing? Why are all these players not playing? If that's what we're doing, because you can't say that. Because I guarantee you, looking at that team there, Gray doesn't play on Thursday. Danso doesn't play. Davis, Spence, Sarr, Odebear, Tell don't play, or Tell maybe, but 7 of this team do not play on Thursday. So what is the point in playing in playing the ones that do? You know, put more in instead of Kulu. Put Ajayi in. I don't understand.
I think Kulu's been put there to try and get a bit of stamina on him, basically, because he's only just come back from injury. And when he did come on the pitch, he looked rusty as anything. So I think he might be looking to get him a little bit of game time. So I think that would actually be a smart move to do. Other players on there, you can blatantly see he's holding players back because we've supposedly got some injuries. And also, the game on Thursday is more important than this game. It's more relevant. I know everyone can tell me it's the league, this and that, but the league's over. If we were still in 8th place and could get to 5th place even, then we've got to give it 110% on everything. But sometimes you just got to admit your losses, which is this season, which is what 3 places irrelevant to me. Just go for that Europa Cup because that's all we can do. I mean, people use the word pride at Spurs.
But again, like we could still finish, you know, I know it's not great, but we could still finish like 13th, for example, which still adds more money to the club. I just don't. I don't understand, Barry. I'm with you. I don't get this. How we're just everyone's. These players, right, are not paid to just play in Europe. These players are paid very, very well just to represent Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. I don't understand. I'll be honest, Dan. I'm on a completely different playing field to you guys. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think what you're looking at things from the right way, and also looking at things from the wrong way. And what I mean by that is you're seeing I'm looking at it from probably the wrong way. That really you should be out there wanting to win every single game, this, and this. And I'm saying I really don't care about the next 4 league games. I just want that Europa, yeah? You're more doing it the right way, that you want to win every game we play. I'm just trying to be realistic in this
shouldn't
one.
We all like what shouldn't we all like?
Yeah, but that's what this season has done to me. It has numbed me up that much, and the season is pretty much, the league is irrelevant now to me. Bar what? If we finish, say, 14th, that's another 3 million in the bank. Fine. On that side, you're 100% right. But on the pride side, on the moral side, on this side, whatever way you want to look at it, to me, it's irrelevant. It's been a disaster of a season. So
I just don't
I
understand
am
this
only bothered
notion
about
of
that
free
cup
hit.
now.
Surely we want to go into Thursday with some confidence. I don't know. I think
I've had that debate with people, Barry, and we've done against what we did against Frankfurt, and then look how we came out of that.
Yeah, I know, but I think for me, what was disappointing about Thursday night is that it felt like a real sucker punch. Them scoring with 8 minutes to go, right? It felt like a real sucker punch. Going into today, we then go on the back of that, and I mean, I'm not. I mean, look, this is either going to be 0-0, or we don't draw many games, or this is. I mean, we've only drawn 4 all season. This is either going to be 0-0 or about 5-5. And if we, winning breeds winning, right? And I don't, and I don't genuinely. If I'm Jed Spence, I'm sitting here going, this manager is an absolute clown. He sat there and said he tested me. I proved him wrong. He's singing my praises. He got how many man of the match performances in a row? And then the moment everyone's back, he gets dropped.
Yeah.
Archie Gray. He's where's he playing? He's playing at right back today. I mean, what are we doing with this kid? Like £40 million, he should be ready. I don't understand.
If it's a free hit, Barry, you're right. If today's a free hit, I want to see a JE on the wing, Mikey Moore on the wing. I want to see Scarlett up front. I want to see Archie Gray in centre mid, Kinski in goal. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like,
Vicario captain. I mean, what?
I can't do is, like, I already see it. All the ones who want Ange in have all got the same opinion in the chat. I can see it. All the ones who want Ange in are like, yeah, don't worry about today. It's only about Thursday. So what that means is, Barry, if we lose today, and by the way, I haven't said we're going to, I haven't even given a prediction on that. If we lose today and we get to 20 league defeats, Barry, it gives them, we've had this for the last 10 weeks. It's an excuse for losing every week. Well, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Of course it fucking matters. And
we use the same excuse for the FA Cup. We use the same excuse for Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Look how that turned out. And everyone is, and this is what I didn't want to happen, right? After Thursday night, Man United playing what they did in Bilbao. Oh, we've beaten them 3 times. It doesn't matter. Man United, we beat them, yes, but we didn't beat them convincingly. Maybe at home, the first game of the season, 2-0 when we beat them, that was convincing. The other 2 games, I wouldn't say they're convincing. We gave up so many chances, and if Rashford was playing in as 50% of how he started at Villa, then that game is it's a different story, right? And I think we're all sleeping on Bodo in the second leg. We think that's done and dusted. We're all sleeping on that we're in Bilbao in the final against Man United. We're all sleeping on the rest of the season. We think, what we're going to say, we get to the season. I don't think we win another game of football till the end of the season. Genuinely don't think. I said 2 points the other day. We draw today and we draw against Palace. We lose to Villa. We lose to Brighton. I don't see any other way that we get past all of that, and that will then mean what? 21 defeats this season?
Well, if we lose 2 more. But just quickly, sorry, this is, I don't think human beings understand the world anymore. When you're saying, what will 10 million do for us? Daniel Levy's a businessman, right? Enoch are an investment company. Do you not think £10 million is a huge difference to any club, any business, and how it operates? This is just such a dumb thing to say. £10 million, whether it goes on players or not, runs the club. Not only 10 million, but it helps with the operating costs, paying staff, paying bills, paying wages. How do improvements at training grounds and stadiums, and how do people not understand this? How are we that bad-sighted as fans right now that we're just sitting there going, yeah, don't worry, let's just finish 17th? What? And then I'm the one, so I'm going to rant. I'm the one, Barry, that gets told I'm a shit fan. You're a shit fan, Sam, because you don't back Ange. But don't worry, all these people, yeah, just finished 17th. But I'm the shit fan. This is madness. We lose
No,
nearly every week at the moment, and I'm the shit fan for not wanting that. It's mind-blowing.
I can definitely agree with you. There's three sides out there. There's the Ange in, there's the Ange out, and then there's the people who are just going to support it in their own way. I'm just being realistic like I do with most things in life. And if I was a player, or if my son was a player or whatever else, and we got these next 4 league games, I've already pushed the league games out the window, basically, because even though through pride, through this, through that, you should be trying to win everything. But we can win that Europa Cup. That is what I would be
what's
telling
the excuse been
my
for the
son
last
to
20 odd
focus
games
on,
then?
basically. It's been the same all season, basically. For me, the season's been dead for about the past 3-4 months nearly. But you still want to win the games. You still want to at least see the players put the effort in. So, okay, if it's only a second team we've got out there as such, you still want to see them give 100%. I totally get that. But I can also understand on the mental side of where the players probably ain't even looking at the Premier League game and they're just looking at the Europa game. Because that is the only chance Tottenham have got to walk away with any sort of, if you want to use the word pride, this season. I think it just comes down to a simple blockage like that. And when the 10 million comes into it, no, 10 million's tuppence money in football in a lot of things, but 10 million is 10 million, and 10 million, you can be 5 million short for your player and 5 million short for whatever else you need to get on him, basically. That can be the big difference in something as well. I think when people say 10 million on here sometimes, they're thinking of the whole size of the club of 4 billion, this and that and everything else. So 10 million sounds quite irrelevant, but 10 million can make a massive difference.
We've won like 5 games since we beat Man City 4-0. What are we doing here? Like, Matt, you would say give this person time. We've won like 5 games since November, mate, in the Premier League. What are we doing? As Perchy would say, what are we doing here? November, okay. It's May today. That's 7 months. 5 wins in 7 months in the Premier League.
Okay, let me ask you a question quick then for this. Just quick question. Right, we got this game today, and then we got the game on Thursday. You've been told you're playing in both games.
Yeah.
Are you going to go into this game as a footballer, not as a fan, as a footballer, and give it 110%, knowing that you've got that game, that Europa, or are you going to go in there and give it 75% and make sure you've got everything ready for the Europa game where you can win something?
So let me ask
you. Just a question.
So when teams like Man City are winning trebles, right? When teams like the Man United teams are winning trebles, when you've got teams that are doing doubles, when you've got teams that are going deep into every competition, they don't go, oh, well, today don't matter. Those players don't go in and go, oh, we'll give 50% today. Their fans aren't saying, oh, it doesn't matter. But for me, by the way, this isn't about Ange or the players. This is about our fan base. The very same fans that are telling me I'm a shit fan for wanting this manager out are the very same fans saying it's a free hit. But you know the problem with that? This was a free hit. I heard that about Nottingham Forest. I heard that about Wolves, right? I heard that about whoever we played before that. Man City, the Man City game, free hit, free hit, free hit. Every time we lose a game, it's a free hit. But then I'm being told about where's your winning mentality. I'm then told by these fans that Ange is instilling winning mentality. Well, the fan base don't even have winning mentality. So if the fan base don't have winning mentality and the players apparently don't have winning mentality, where is this winning mentality coming from? We've got people who want to finish 17th because it's a free hit. We've got people who think that making money doesn't matter to a football club in an era now where everything is so expensive. I don't understand what we're doing. I'm genuinely confused.
If we do not win the Europa League and get into the Champions League, be prepared for seasons like this for the next 3 to 4 years. Because we won't sign anyone because we'll have too many players for one game a week. This is. We said it before. I said this before with Conte. You know, when you had you got a t-shirt or a jumper and you just start picking at a little snag and it all unravels. This could unravel, and this could unravel very quickly, especially if when we get to Thursday You know, we get slapped up today by West Ham. West Ham, of all teams, we get slapped up 2 or 3-0, right? And we go into Thursday and we concede in the first 10, 15 minutes. You know what this team is doing. I'm sorry, you know what this team is doing.
I'll counter you on that one, though.
And then what happens? It wasn't a free hit anymore because we haven't got Europa. And even then, I don't see how we beat this Man United side.
No,
Amen.
Whether we beat West Ham or not is irrelevant, yeah, to me. It is totally irrelevant in the aspect of the game coming up. People have preached to me and gone on at me about momentum and that, and then it's blatantly showed how momentum means absolutely nothing with these players. If your head and heart and soul ain't 100% with it, then they're not going to give it their all. And then with what you said, Barry, yeah, you basically just said that if we don't win this Europa, because that's the only way that's going to get us into Europe, we're going to be absolutely screwed for the next couple of seasons, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So, league game now, irrelevant, because if we lose this league game and the next 4 league games, we finish 17th and we're still in the Premier League. But you're here saying that we have to get into Europe no matter what, come love nor money. Otherwise, it's going to screw us for the next 4 seasons. So you've just basically made me right on what I'm saying on the Europa game is much more important than this.
I'm not making you right at all. Why does us playing on Thursday mean that we can't go all out on a Sunday? These are like this is. Are we going to do this every season? Are we just going to say, "Oh, right"?
I'm agreeing with you. It's just I'm saying the importance of the game, basically.
I just don't get it. I feel like now I'm wrong for wanting to sack Ange. I'm wrong for wanting winning mentality by winning Premier League games. Everything I say, I'm wrong at the moment. I genuinely don't know what. Honestly, Barry, this is how I feel. I can't say F all. I can't say F all. We should be winning games like today. Yeah, they don't matter. Okay. We should be winning the Europa League. Oh, but it's difficult to win the Europa League. Okay. If I say we won't win the Europa League, you're a shit fan with no mentality. I genuinely don't know what this. We've got so bad now that we're literally just writing off game after game after game after game after game and saying it's okay.
Yeah, and I think the thing is that these players, surely they should show. So if these players today should be going, I don't care if Andrew's got his favourites. I don't care if Andrew's got his 11. I'm going to do everything today to put myself in a conversation to start on our biggest game of the season. Because 1, I'm a professional. 2, I've not played in God knows how long. It's a derby, a London derby that I think Andrew's got a crap record in anyway, or whatever it is. And they should be sitting there and going, they should, all of these players that are playing today, probably Basuma after the other night, but I got a feeling we're going to see Basuma that we've seen all season. We're not going to see the Basuma from the other night. We're going to see the Basuma that we used to see in, right? And I just think that there should be they're not playing every 2 or 3 days. They're playing twice a week, and they're sitting there and going, oh, it's 2 games a week. Well, get used to it, guys, because we're going to have 1 game a week, and we're going to have loads of time off. And then what's the excuse going to be? Then there'll be excuses for that. Because I guarantee you, if we've got 1 game a week with these players and this squad, there is absolutely no reason that we should not be challenging for Europe. I'm not even talking about Champions League here, for European places next season.
I agree. But
I just think it's an embarrassment now that we've got where we've got to.
It's the situation we're in. It's reality. It's just reality. It's the situation we're in. The fact that some of us do feel like this, yeah, it is embarrassing to be a supporter feeling like that about your own club. But then we all know there's a lot on here who divert it this way because they like Ange. I'm not one of them. I'm just one of the ones I feel I'm just being realistic to myself. Each their own opinion at the end of the day. Of course, I want to go out there and smash West Ham today. But whether we go out there and beat them 5-1 or get beat 5-1, I really don't think it's irrelevant compared to that game on Thursday. Because we could go out and win this game 12-1. And you know what Tottenham are like. And you know what Angie's like. And then as soon as we hit on the floor, basically over there, we go down 1-0 in the first 10 minutes. You wouldn't be surprised if you saw the whole team just totally implode, whatever way you want to put it, would you?
Yeah.
So what does 12-1? So what does winning 12-1 or losing 12-1 mean today with this team? It doesn't, and it has proved it game after game after game. Yeah, that is just how the season has gone. That is just how the team is, basically.
Yeah, but that's not how sport mentality and psychology works. Like this is
should work.
Yeah, but this is what we've now turned into as a fan base. That we're writing off now. You speak to any athlete, any professional footballer, winning breeds confidence, right? There should be no such thing as a free hit. There should be. These players are paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, right?
I agree.
There should be no such thing. For me, Ange needs to do one of two things: either put out your best team or put out your kids.
Yeah.
This sort of half in the middle nonsense that we're doing just seems very, very weird. And I can't. Oh God!
How you doing?
Johnny, don't stand near him, mate, because he'll start talking about the kids and answering Ray and everything else.
I want to go home.
Look, bro, I can't. Luke, bro, we can't hear you at all, mate. It's awful. Call him after the game when you're walking back.
Good idea.
I can't hear you, mate. I genuinely, we can't hear you. Sorry, mate.
Do you know what, Sava? I feel sorry for anyone that was listening with headphones.
Yeah, that's why I just took them out.
Because it's amplified even more.
Yeah, especially when you're sitting there hanging out your ass, for God's sake. That did no favours.
Johnny, if you're watching and you can hear us, get away from Lubo, otherwise you'll start praising all the kids all the time, mate.
Look, how many other clubs, they know there's a chance they're going to go down. They know they're not going to get in the top half of the table. But as soon as they manage to reach that point where they know they're definitely not going down, start slowing the momentum down. It's more of I think you're talking about what things should be, the way it should be in sport, the way it should be in life. Yeah, I should be able to leave my front door open, but I can't. I should be able to leave my car door open, but I can't. You're right on what you're saying. That is the mentality that should be looked at it by someone like that. But on the other side of it, they might be getting paid hundreds of thousands, and I agree with basically everything you said, but they're only human at the end of the day. When they know we ain't getting relegated, we ain't getting nowhere in the league, but we can win that Europa, you can literally guarantee a majority of them, their mindset is on that Europa. And that's just the way it is.
I've got no doubt about that. But
we shouldn't be in this situation, Saber, where we're looking at it like this. We should be like where we're still fighting for 6th, 5th, or 4th place and doing that. But we're not.
But, all right? How bad the season has been. The mentality from the manager and the players should be, guys, this season's been absolutely disgusting. Yeah? Pride. Right? Go out there, finish the season strongly. So, like, when people ask me the question all the time, what would it be for you to be Ange in? I don't know. Let's go on a run of games. I don't know. Show some fight. Show some passion. Show us that because what's happening at the moment is if you've got the split of Ange in and Ange out, right? The Ange out fans are excusing now. They're using the Europa League now every week as an excuse for not winning. And that's not right. That is not right at all. We've been losing games at a rate of knots for months and months and months. Even when we're not in the Europa League, not playing on a Thursday in the Europa League, and every game seems to be a free hit. And the problem is, it's a big if, guys. Have you noticed? Every conversation we have is, but if we win the Europa League, what if we don't?
It's true.
What if we don't and we've got 21 league defeats, right? Will people then say, yeah, but they were free hits because we made a final? Is that where we're at? And you know, when the other fan bases mock us and say, yes, Spurs shouldn't be in the big six, Spurs have Spursy. This is why. Look how we talk. Look how we talk as a fan base. I don't see Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, City fans. None of them talk like this. None of them talk like this. They lose 2 games in a row. They want managers out. Right? They have meltdowns.
Look at what happened with Real Madrid? Got knocked out of the Champions League and gone in a couple of weeks.
And look, it's just the way it's the way this season has gone, and it's where we are now. Again, you just basically said it yourself there, Sava, as well. That unless it's all but if we win this Europa Cup, we need to win this Europa Cup. And you have both basically said it now that if we don't win this Europa Cup, we are totally, absolutely, we're done basically. And the next few seasons can be out the window. So again, if you want to look at it on the word you use with context and whatever, and being realistic, not what we should be, not what every player mentality should be, but realistically, this Europa is the only thing that can save us for the next 2 or 3 seasons, quite possibly.
I agree. I agree with you.
We are in this position, is terrible. The fact that I'm sitting here saying, do you know what? Yeah, I want to beat West Ham today. I want to win this game today because it's West Ham. I want to win every game. But am I bothered about the rest of the 4 games of the season? No, I'll be lying if I said I am. I'm still going to be pissed off if we lose. I'll be happy if we win, but I don't really care because I know that Europa is so important that if we do not win it, we are screwed for the next 2 or 3 seasons.
The issue, Dan, the issue is
the reality of it.
This is the issue for me. It doesn't matter what happens on Thursday because if we get through to the final, we're not winning it. I don't believe we're winning it. And you can say someone can clip it. You can call me a shit fan. You can do it. I don't see how we beat United in a final. We know our records in finals. We know how it is. I'd rather we just got to Thursday. We got knocked out. Ange got sacked. We can then we can forget about the rest of the season because it doesn't matter then, does it? Because there's no final to worry about. All those people getting their hopes up about Bilbao and booking flights and going there and getting disappointed again. I just think, look, for me, the only thing that's helping us today is West Ham are probably just about worse than us. So I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. We're just kicking. We're doing what we're doing with the manager. We're kicking the can down the road. We're waiting till Thursday. Then we'll wait. Then if we get through, I'm not saying when we get through. If we get through, which we should, but we all know this is Tottenham and this is our season. But it just kicks it down the road until the 21st of May. And then what are we going to do against Villa? Are we actually going to go and play the kids against Villa? Or are we going to put this mishmash team out again and go, oh, well, it doesn't matter. And then Villa smashes 6-0. Oh, don't worry. We've got Europa to worry about. Yeah, Villa are going for Champions League places. That's what we should be doing. Not, asking Villa to change a fixture before their last home fixture. Before
it's not going to happen,
we might be in a final. It's That's just embarrassing.
Yeah. But
Matt, I will not say Ange has done a masterclass because Ange has not done a masterclass. I will diminish the achievement because that's the easiest run to a Europa League final that anyone was had. So don't start blowing smoke up Ange's ass like he's a mastermind, he's a magician, he's done this and he's got us to the final. I'm so angry, and do you know what, Matty K? It started with you this morning, and that's why I've gone real angry today because of everything else. Right? I'm not going to praise him. Yeah, well done, Ange. You always win a season, whatever.
Do people know
He's not done a
masterclass,
mate. Shut up, Matt. I'm sorry, you're an idiot.
Do people know what masterclass means? Masterclass is Leicester City winning a league title, right? Claudio Ranieri masterminded. Brilliant.
Yes.
A masterclass isn't beating Bodo Glimt, Alkmaar, and Frankfurt to get to a fight. I'm sorry. Yes, he would have done well.
I agree.
If we win the, by the way, I'm going to say this again. I think we will win the Europa League. I know people won't listen when I say that. I think we will win it. Will it be a masterclass? No. It will be a. By the way, who was the favourites with the bookies to win the Europa League at the beginning of the season?
Spurs.
Us and Man U, wasn't it? Yeah.
Us. These guys. So I'm not shocked we've got to a final. Listen, even when you look at Man United's run they've had, Lyon, Real Sociedad, Bilbao, right? These are teams you go, they've knocked out some good teams of pedigree. Have we? Look, guys, the game is, the players are coming out. Now, the players are out. So feel free to come back. I mean, you can stay with me if you want, but feel free to come back at half time. Give me a score prediction. Barry, Dan, really quickly.
1-1.
1-0. 2-2. I'm going to go 2-2 because West Ham do like to concede as well. So 2-2 with that one.
I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs. Sod it. Sod it. Someone's got to have some winning mentality, haven't they? And you know what? If we don't win this Europa League, the last thing I'll say before I kick both of you off in the nice way, of course, if we don't win this Europa League, I don't want to hear anyone saying, yeah, but it was our worst Premier League season ever because we focused everything on the Europa. Don't get to do that. You don't get to do
I
that.
agree. It's not because of that. It's because the manager has been that poor. End of. It has been a terrible season to the point where I know how much we need this Europa, and that's all it is for me.
I get it. I get it. Listen, guys, I'll see you at half time. I just hope Spurs don't embarrass themselves today. That's all I'm hoping for. Guys and girls, if you haven't smashed the like button, please do. A user says, I disagree. We have seen a masterclass of shit. I mean, a user, what we have seen is a masterclass in how to lose games of football. He has lost so many games that I cannot believe more fans aren't embarrassed. But hey ho, apparently they're all free hits. They're all free hits. I will start the timer, by the way, when my stream starts, by the way. Let me know your score predictions in the chat. It looks like, by the way, sorry, I've got it on Peacock for anyone who's going to be watching the game. I won't be able to get to as many comments as normal because I'll be on the other screen watching Peacock. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, people. Smash that like button as well. You guys have been terrible at that today. 230 likes. Tottenham are going to get the game off and running. Spurs have kicked off. So it's on my screen. The timer is from when I'm watching. Okay, it's not probably in real time. I might be about 30 seconds behind or something. So please, no fake scores. Those people, if you think you're funny, you'll be blocked immediately. Also, you've got Brighton v Newcastle, and also Man United are playing at Brentford as well. So here's who's that? Mohamed Kudus for West Ham, gives it to Todibo. This camera angle is really weird. It makes the pitch look really small. Let me see if I can open it up. Oh, no, that's far too big. That's better. That's better. Anyway, I haven't got an acca today, Gus. I haven't got an acca. Nah, Matt, you don't get to do this. You've been absolutely hanging out of this manager's arse all year. You don't get to do this. When we lose games, you don't get to do this. Sorry. You've been praising him all year. You told me when all the players are back fit, you told me. You've already been very, very wrong. When all the players are back fit, Sava, you watch us. We're going to go up that league. You said it. You said it. We will still finish top half. You said it. You've been wrong about absolutely everything, Matt, all year. You don't get to do that now. You don't get to just suddenly now say, oh, no, these defeats don't matter. We've got bigger fish to fry. Nope. You've been wrong. Own it. So here's West Ham with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and his crossfield ball is blocked. Tadebo's going to mop that up. Goes back to Areola. Now West Ham breaking forward with Wan-Bissaka. He's got into the box. He's crossed it, and then it's cleared by Archie Gray. Not a great clearance, to be honest. It's gone straight to, I think this is, I want to say Souček. My camera angle's really funny. It's not really very clear. So ball played back to Areola in goal. And he clears it long. Ball over the top. Vicario comes out of his box to clear it. Tottenham haven't really got their foot on the ball yet in the first 3 minutes here. As Kulu's bundled over there. I want to see something from Kulu. I've been really disappointed with him the last 4 or 5 months. You've praised him all year, Matt. Do you know the problem is you've been so vocal in this group that everyone knows I'm not lying. You are an Ange fan. Yes, you very much are an Ange fan, and you were very, very wrong. You told us when all the players are back fit that we're going to fly up that table, and we've got worse since all the players have come back fit. Matt, it's okay to say you were wrong. Just own it. That's all you got to do. There's the ball played through to Bowen, but it wasn't a good ball. And Jed Spence gets it back to Vicario, who plays the ball out to Basuma. He gives it to Papa Sarr. Spurs haven't really got the ball down yet. This is the first time we've got the ball. It's now back with Ben Davies on the edge of the box. He gives it to Danso. Plays it out wide to Archie Gray. He's driving forward with the ball. Plays the ball down the line. Great tackle, that is. Really good tackle by Cresswell on Odeber. I think that was that one. Was that on Odeber? No, it was on Kulusevski. Sorry. Matt, just own it, mate. You said when all the players, you said we were only doing badly because of injuries. Those injured players have been back for months, and we've got worse and worse and worse. Just own it. Here's Spence. Plays the ball back to Ben Davies. I know. Matt's ridiculous theory that every manager at every club should get 3 to 5 years regardless of results is utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. So West Ham here swept the ball out wide to Jared Bowen. He dinks the ball in, but that was dealt with easily by Spurs. Here's to Debo. Goes down the line to Wan-Bissaka, and his pass is cut out by Spence, and it's a throw-in to West Ham. If you haven't smashed the like button, please do, people. I've been really bad with that today. Matt, I only want managers out that do badly, Matt. It's that simple. It is that simple, mate. Imagine saying hounding out a manager that's lost 19 games in 34. Hounding out. He's lost 9. I can't wrap my head around just how many defeat. Like, it's just crazy. Spurs have done absolutely nothing so far here at all in the first 6-7 minutes. We're really struggling to get out our half here. Archie Gray gives the ball away. West Ham asking for a penalty. You can't give a penalty for that. The ball bounced up at him from about a yard away. What's he meant to do with his arms? At the moment, Spurs just can't get this ball down. We can't get the ball down and play. Anyway, it's our first chance. It's an awful ball by Odeber. I need to see something from Odeber and tell. I'll be honest, I'm really disappointed when I watch them. I need to see something. Yeah, West Ham are very much in control of this game at the moment. Here's Wan-Bissaka. And there's a foul by Papa Sarr on Lucas Paqueta. And it's going to be a free kick to West Ham. Oh, God, honestly, I feel I'm coming down with something. I know I need a little violin, but I'm desperately coming down with something. Again, this is not true. Again, I wasn't waxing lyric. Matt, if you keep lying, I will kick you out. I was not waxing lyrical. When he first joined, I said, yeah, let's see what he's got. I don't mind it as an appointment. But the problem is, Matt, as he's got worse and worse and worse, I used my brain and my eyes to tell me, yeah, he's not very good. So, no, I wasn't waxing lyrical. Exactly. I was wrong. I said it. We move on. Ange can't say it. Well, what I mean is, the Immaculate D, you know, when we're talking about, when I say I'm disappointed in them, I keep hearing people going, oh, Tell looks good and Odegaard looks good. I don't really see it. I don't see what it is they do. Hopefully they prove me wrong, but I don't know. I'm just a bit disappointed when I watch them play. I'd rather we were seeing Mikey Moore and Ajayi play on the wings. You know, we already had, the point is, the point is, mate, is we already had young wingers at the club. Why won't we just play them? Well, look, he's not rude. He's just wrong. There's a difference. So it's that simple. It is that simple. Anyway, I'm going back to the game. I can't be on both screens at once. So just coming up to 10 minutes gone. Very lackluster would be how I would put it at the moment. Very lackluster. It's still 0-0 in the other two games as well, by the way. Yeah, Spurs just can't get out here. Spurs just can't get out of our own half. We're being penned in, so to speak, but we do have a free kick now for the foul by Fulkrug. Oh. It's not even that he's bad. He just doesn't do anything. I don't, you know, Michael says it's crazy how Johnson has committed all those goals whilst being as bad as he is. He's good at what he's good at. He's good at what he's good at, and he knows where the goal is. I can never knock him for that. Yeah, not the greatest 11 minutes of football I've ever watched. But hey ho, that's been our season, isn't it? Me and you both, man. Me and you both, Ryan. Stop talking about 3 to 5 years. You get 3 to 5 years if you do a good job. It's very, very simple math. Do well, keep your job. So I wish I had some more excitement to give you. It's been really bad so far from Spurs. We've not got into this game at all. As Newcastle nearly scored against Brighton. Man United have taken the lead at Brentford, I believe. I might be wrong, but I believe that Man United have taken the lead against Brentford. Man United have taken the lead against Brentford, and Mason Mount with the goal. Mason Mount with the goal. What that does to the Premier League table is it puts Man United into 13th. They're currently, with both games being how they are, 4 points clear of Spurs, who are in 16th. So Man United are 1-0 up in their game. I can't do it with you anymore, Matt. It's just dumb. Managers like Poch And managers like Redknapp had more than 3 to 5 years because they deserved it, because they were getting better and better and better. This manager hasn't. You don't just, I can't do it with him. I'll let you lot take him. He's not very bright. Anyway, free kick here to West Ham. Cresswell. Looks like he's going to float this into the back post. It's gone over everybody and harmlessly wide. But this has not been a good opening 14 minutes. I mean, I can't really remember us having 3 passes in a row here. Yeah, not been good. Oh, I can't shake this feeling. I feel awful. There's a ball over the top for Tell, but cut out easily by the defender, who's made a mess of it. And Spurs are through on goal. Spurs are 1-0 up. Spurs are 1-0 up. A mistake from the West Ham defender. Odegaard was free as a bird in the middle. The ball was rolled over to him, 1-0. And Spurs are 1-0 up out of absolute nothing. And I said the defender did well. Then he had a nightmare. The ball was rolled over to him easily. Let's have a look at this again. West Ham will be kicking themselves. Spurs pressed well. Tell pressed him well. And then they squared the ball. Awful defending from West Ham. Odegaard all by himself in the middle of the penalty area. And he's never going to have an easier goal than that. Tottenham from utterly nowhere are 1-0 up. And my West Ham mate has said already in my WhatsApp group, he went, well, that sums up our season. Oh, wow. So Tottenham 1-0 up. I was just checking VAR to make sure that the goal stood before I changed the score. And Spurs are 1-0 up in East London. Spurs are 1-0 up. Pressed well by Tell. I'll give him that. He pressed well there. And rolled the ball across. Absolutely no one marking Odegaard. And Odegaard will not get an easier goal this season or any other season, you would think. So Tottenham 1-0 up, Man United 1-0 up, and Brighton 0, Newcastle United 0. Can Spurs hold on to this lead? Let's see what that's done for the Premier League table. Tottenham, we've moved up into 15th. Hey? So I want everyone getting excited, but we've moved up at the moment into 15th. I can see you all getting very, very excited. 15th, we are back. Oh. So there's the header won by Fulkrog, but it goes harmlessly out for a throw-in time. I can't shake. Oh, it's so oof. So Archie Gray with a throw-in over on the right-hand side. Flicked on, easily dealt with that time by West Ham. Now the ball is flicked down the line. Archie Gray is going to see that out, is he? No, he's actually given it away. And West Ham now trying to play through us, but yeah, their quality is severely lacking. So that was easy for Vicario to come out and claim. So West Ham 0, Tottenham 1, 17 on my stream, 17 minutes gone. Oh, God, feel awful. Oh. Dizzy heights, yeah. 15th, eh? Better than 17th, isn't it? 19 league defeats. Ben Davies plays the ball forward into Richarlison. He holds it up, lays it off to Kulu, who loses it. Kulu, we're going to talk about fitness. He does not look right at all. Kilman plays the ball down the line, cleared by Davies. And then a push in the back by Souček on Sarr. And Tottenham have a free kick down by the halfway line. blatant. Just shoved him in the back. Here's Ben Davis. So at the moment, by the way, in the Champions League positions, at the moment, it's Liverpool, Arsenal, City. Newcastle at the moment would be on 63 points in fourth. Chelsea with a game in hand on 60 points in fifth. And Nottingham Forest and Villa will be the two that miss out, but they're both on the same points. This is a weird game. We've done absolutely nothing and then we're 1-0 up. That's a foul. There's a foul there by, it's a yellow card, I think, for Kudus. High boot on, is that Archie Gray? Not the greatest game of football I've ever watched. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, everyone, just trust the process. 19 league defeats. Just trust it. This is the same Matt that told us we would fly up the table and finish top half when the players are back fit. Just trust him. Here's Richarlison, brings it down well. Gives it to Papa Sarr. He goes out wide to Tell. And Tell, again, this is, for me, just, I don't know, there's something lacking in his game. As Wan-Bissaka goes back to the goalkeeper, he knocks it long. One in the air by Danso. And Souček then wins the next ball. And then Jed Spence does well in the air against Bowen. So Jed Spence here in the left-back area gives it to Papa Sarr. He has to go all the way back to Vicario. It's not the easiest ball to deal with, but Vicario's cleared it. Terrible. That is terrible from Vicario. That is terrible. So still Brentford 0, Man United 1, Brighton 0, Newcastle 0, and Tottenham Hotspur are winning away at West Ham. But West Ham have got players over in the box now. And the cross comes in. They're asking for a handball again. I don't think it was. They're asking for a handball. The referee waved it away. I didn't see that as a handball. I'd like to see it again, but I don't think you can give those as handballs. No doubt VAR will have a look. Let's have a look at this. Was it handball? Let's have a look in slow motion. No, I don't think you can give those as penalties, can you? I don't think you can give those as penalties. Let's have a look. Slow-mo. No, not enough in that for me. Not enough in that for me. I think football's gone a bit silly, hasn't it? Anyway, here's West Ham driving down the right-hand side with Wan-Bissaka, sorry. And the ball goes out for a throw into Tottenham. So Tottenham 1-0 up here at West Ham. I wish I had a bit more excitement to give you, but it's not been the best game in the world. Yeah, I didn't think it was a pen either. I think there's so many silly penalties given nowadays. Every fan wants a penalty for everything. Every player wants a penalty for everything, don't they? Because now they know that even the slightest touch, they know that VAR can go back and have a look and try and make penalties out of nothing. Sloppy play there by Jed Spence. West Ham are now driving forward. One back well by Basuma. He does that well, Basuma. Basuma puts out a lot of fires that really does go unnoticed for me. I think if you actually watch Basuma closely, he wins a lot of the ball. Oh, that's tickled me. That's tickled me. So a free kick to Spurs here for the foul by Souček. He's done a few of them, hasn't he? Still 1-0 Man United. Still 0-0 Brighton versus Newcastle. Go on, go. Anyway, here's Kulu. Got a chance to do something here. Lays it out wide to Tell. Can he beat his man? He tried to. Got fouled. Tadebo's having none of it. The referee is saying, yeah, it's a free kick. Tadebo's gone mad. Let's have a look. I mean, again, if we're going to be brutally honest, I think it's weak. I think it's weak, but hey, oh mate, I wish I did drink coffee at times like this. But Spurs do have a dangerous free kick here to the left-hand side of the penalty area. Here's Tell. He's going to whip it in, and I think that summed it up. I think that summed up this game in general, not just Spurs, that game in general. Tell what a... Spurs have lost the ball. Here's West Ham getting into the box. The ball's pulled across and then clear. Oh, I tell you what, Kulu's made an absolute mess of that, but then it's been hammered away. Kilman is in a chase here with Richarlison. Kilman clears the ball down the field and goes out for a throw-in. Brentford, I believe, have equalised against Man United. As Newcastle, good chance for Newcastle with Willock. I think Brentford have equalised. I don't know if anyone can confirm that. Odegaard scored the goal. 1-1 in the Brentford Man United game. Player I like, Damsgaard. I like him. Damsgaard has scored. Good player, him. Here's West Ham coming forward again, giving the ball away again. I mean, it's not hard to see why West Ham are where they are. To be honest, it's not hard to see why we're where we are. Very underwhelming Premier League game of football this at the moment. Sorry, bottling what, Matt? They're above us. What are they bottling? Isn't it weird? You want to give Ange 3 to 5 years when he's had £400 million in 2 years, but Amorim's had one new signing and about 4 months, and yet you're happy to blame him. You see where your logic doesn't make sense, Matt? This is where your logic doesn't make sense. He's only had like 3 or 4 months. Doesn't make sense. By the way, Brighton have just scored. Minte has just scored against his old club, if I'm not wrong. If I'm not wrong, Minte has just scored against his old club. I don't know. Vicario worries me. Listen, he's a great shot stopper. Daniela, bang on. Bang on. Never, ever remembers what he said. Yes, but this isn't the Man U of old, is it? He was brought in because they were an absolute shambles and a mess. I honestly think that, Matt, you are a troll at this point. You seem to not remember anything you've said. Here's West Ham coming forward. I just get the feeling they're going to score soon. They're starting to get a lot of attempts. Here's Jared Bowen down the line. Jared Bowen. Oh, that's so easy. Oh, that's so easy. That's so easy for West Ham, innit? Oh, that's so easy. He's well onside. That's what I was waiting before I changed it. I mean, how's the keeper getting beaten there? How's the keeper getting beaten there? It's such an easy goal, isn't it? It's such an easy goal. Really poor. Really poor. Yeah, really poor goal to give away, isn't it? Oh, well, West Ham won, Tottenham won. To be fair, I mean, they have been the better team. Yeah, just a nothingy game really to write home about from a Spurs perspective at the moment, isn't it? We've not really done anything. So West Ham won. Oh God, I've nearly just kicked a light and a screen over. West Ham won, Tottenham won. Guys, I wish I had some excitement for you. Oh, is this you? Are you the idiot yesterday that said I should take a test? Was that you? Come on, Chris. Come onto my screen right now. Let's have that chat. I bet you won't. You'll shit yourself. Well, I think that's the guy, everyone, who wanted me to take a test to see if I wanted Spurs to win the Europa League. It's dangerous. It's dangerous that adults like this live amongst us and just say dumb shit. Just say dumb shit. He wants me to take a lie detector test to see if I want Spurs to win it. When I made videos like months ago on my TikTok saying Spurs will win the Europa League. Like it's utter madness. Just idiots everywhere. Because you're a dickhead, Chris. Because you're an absolute prick. That's why. Is he the one that came on my stream? Yeah, he's a dickhead. I'll tell him to his face if he comes on. So dumb. Take a lie detector test. What are you, 12? What are we doing here? Take a lie detector test. I don't think this guy's been listening. Spurs fundamentally have to win this Europa League. We fundamentally have to because of how bad the season's being. We have to. He's an idiot. Look, do it. What a fucking idiot. I'm putting him in a timeout. What a fucking clown. What a clown. Do it. Take a lie detector. What? Brentford 2, Man United 1, Sade with a goal. Brentford 2, Man United 1, Sade with a goal. Spurs have been absolutely dreadful here. I'll put him on a timeout just for being a dickhead. Take a lie detector test. I mean, what? Lie detector. Okay. Ball swept in. It's volleyed high and wide by Richie. Weird, isn't it? Like, sorry, guys, isn't it just weird? Is it me or is that weird? Take a lie detector test to see if I want my club to win a trophy. Like, what? Honestly, my head hurts at the human race. My head hurts at the human race. Oh. Here's Kulu. Fouled. I think he's been awful for months now, Kulu. Even before the injury. And he's come back and he looks still as bad. Let's hope Thursday night's a bit more exciting for a watch along for you lot. Yeah, I wish I had something to tell you. Nothing's really happening in this game. Ball headed forward by Wan-Bissaka, cleared. He's Spence. I mean, what I don't get is some of these players should be playing to fight their way into the first team, right? And it just all looks so lackluster. I don't think it's about loving Paratici that much. I think it's just the fact that we've got Johan Lang at the moment. Yeah, mate. Yeah, he plays great football, doesn't he, Cole? Oh, mate. How you doing, man? You all right? Long time no speak. Yeah, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm apologising for this, but I mean, there's nothing to write home about. Like West Ham are doing nothing. Spurs are doing less than that. Nothing is happening in this game. I can easily see why these two teams are 16th and 17th. By the way, with that goal going in, Spurs are back down to 16th, everybody. As Ben Davis clears it to Tell. Tell for me, just... I don't know. I just don't know what people are seeing in him. I don't know if I'm harsh. I just don't know what people are seeing in him. Are you West Ham, Jordan? Are you a West Ham fan, mate? It's just every time the ball goes to Tell, he just gives it away. Like, I'm not blaming Tell for this performance. I'm just, I definitely wouldn't want to sign him. I don't know anyone who says they want to sign him. I don't know what they've seen. Here's Jared Bowen. Plays the ball out wide to Cresswell. He gives it to Emerson, who goes back to Kilman. Kilman back to Cresswell. There's Basuma in a little bit of a battle with Kudus and then wins the throw. Here's Richarlison. Gives it to Tell out wide. Come on, do something. Beat him. Beat a man or something. Good ball. Good pass. There's Richie. Oh, that was better from Tell. Took his time, put his foot on the ball, and then played a little through ball. That's better. Not everything needs to be done at 100 miles per hour. And then Richie showing why he's not a clinical striker. Good run by Richie. Good pass by Tell. To be fair, it wasn't a shot, was it? Richie's trying to square the ball across. There was no one there to put it home. It was a decent ball by Tell. I think Richie had the right idea. Could he have shot, though? That's for me, as a centre forward, I think you've got to shoot there, haven't you? I just want to see Odegaard and Tell get on the ball and beat a man, you know? I want to see them do what wingers are meant to be doing. Kulu's found himself in a good position. Here's Tell, and he's lost the ball again. Oh. There's a free kick. So Kulu's decision-making, just not quick enough there for me. Not quick enough. And just for when has Ange ever had top players? Again, this is utter nonsense. This is utter nonsense again from Matt. Again, people have got to remember where he's managed. He's never had top players. This is the best group of footballers he's ever had. Yeah, very poor game of football here. There's a good ball, actually, down the line to Wan-Bissaka. He lays it off to Bowen. To Fulkrog, sorry. Cuts inside. He gives it to Kudus. He lays it off to Emerson. Here's Paqueta. Spurs have got everyone back, though. We've done well there to get players back. Oh, they've cut us open with one pass. And then a cross from Wan-Bissaka cleared by Spence. Look how easily one pass takes our whole team out. That's how we're set up. That's how we're set up. One pass took our whole team out. You said he's used to top players. I'm asking who, because this is the best group of players he's ever managed. I'm not twisting what you said. That's what you said. This game makes me realise how good someone like James Maddison is even more. So that's a corner kick to West Ham. Oh, mate, he sucked the life out of me a long time ago. But everyone's just keeps telling me that this is a process, and to back it, I just think we play some god-awful football. I don't know what they... Can anyone answer me this? What are we coached to do well? I don't understand. I don't understand what we're trying to do. We're not a counter-attacking team. We don't attack well. We don't defend. What is it that we actually are set up to do as a team? Corner kick, whipped in, headed down, bobbling about. Someone's got to clear that. Well done. Is that Tell? Clear it. Don't play about a bit there. And it... I don't know why. Oh. Oh, Spurs. Spurs. So how do you know how do you know his philosophy is for top players who are intelligent and can take initiative then? Based on what? I don't even see a team that's drilled. He can't even drill a team properly. So again, you're just making things up. You're just making things up. And you keep saying you don't love him. You do. There's nothing wrong with that, but just own it. West Ham have got a player down injured, so the game's been stopped. Oh, God, it's so bad, isn't it, Cole? Like, we're just so bad to watch. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't mind Danso. Don't mind Danso, James. I don't mind Danso at all. What would you like me to praise? I think we look fucking awful. What is it that you would like me to praise? I think we look bloody awful, mate. I mean, we've had 41% possession against West Ham, who are below us in the league. I don't know what we're good at. Again, Basuma mopping up there. He doesn't get any praise. Basuma mops up very well. Here's Kulu. Through ball wasn't. Hang on. It's bounced back into the path of Richie. Kulu's gone to get the ball. The ref puts his flag up, and I think that little passage of play kind of sums up Tottenham's season, if we're going to be brutally honest. Oh, Paul, for sure. For sure. Yeah, my man. Absolutely spot on. We're so, it's just so bad to watch every game as the ref puts us out on misery, and it is half time. Guys and girls, give me let me just do this. Oh God, 45. Give me 5 words to describe Spurs or the game, whatever you want to do. 5 words to sum Spurs up. James.
Yes, mate.
If I drop out, can you just do the second half for me? Could you do the whole thing for me?
I'd rather not. That means I've got to watch the game.
What did you make of it?
It's awful, to be honest. Absolutely awful. The only positive for me is Danto. I'm being brutally honest. That's the only positive. I thought he's mopped up really well. He's won everything in the air against quite a physical team. The only positive for me out of that whole game was Danto.
Yeah. And yes, thank you, Dan, for stating the bloody obvious that I look bored. Look, what I don't get, guys, is forget the conversation we had before about whether it matters or not. A lot of these players are players that should be wanting to play to impress. Do you know what I mean? Like the likes of Telenodeber, the likes of Sarr, the likes of Spence and Gray. I just feel like, other than Danso, all the ones that aren't regulars, I just feel like there's just minimal effort. Like it looks lackluster. Dan, what did you make of it?
Muted, mate. Daniel muted.
Yeah, my bad. Do you think it just comes down to the fact that the team know who the first 11 is because the manager knows it, basically? And it is just at that point in the season where just people are past caring. Again, people say it's the wrong attitude, everything else. I know that. It's not the attitude to have, but I'm just trying to come up with reasons why. I mean, if you're not a regular starter in that team, you'd want to get noticed, wouldn't you? But then if you know your manager's the way he is, and you can be possibly one of the best, if not the best, consistent player in the team for 2 months, and then as soon as the other player comes back who hasn't done anything of what you've done all season goes and walks over your place, that can't do a lot for you mentally, can it? I mean, to me, that's going to give you a bit of a do-one attitude. So I don't know. I mean, the game, I don't know what's more painful, if I'm going to tell the truth. Me sitting here hanging out my arse after doing a bloody litre of Southern Comfort or watching this. It's a bad game, isn't it?
Probably watching this, to be honest. I think I'd rather do a litre. For me, I don't think it matters about who plays in this team. I said it at the beginning. I said it at the beginning of the season. I don't think it matters. I think whoever comes into this system with this manager is going to be crap, regardless. I mean, there was a moment at the end. I was just there sort of having a look. Kell's left back, he takes a touch inside to look for a pass. And look, I'm not a fan of Tell. And his only option is to drive it sort of 60 yards up to the right wing where Kulu is. Other than that, there's no positioning. There's no one here to help him. No one supporting him. So even though I don't think he's good enough, I think a 6 out of 10 player in this formation and this system is a 3 out of 10. And I think it just proves it. No matter who we rotate, who we bring in, it's always the same. Always the same. This is why I don't get.
Great.
I don't get how people. So for me, you're either Ange in or Ange is a good manager, or the players are crap. You can't have both. For me, I don't think the players are crap. I think Tell is levels above what we're seeing here. I don't think he's good enough to be, from what I've seen, like a first choice. But it's the manager for me, the system, the philosophy. It's all crap. Like I said, Tell at the end there, no one's around there to sort of pass the ball. So he's lumped it 40, 50, 60 yards to Kulu out on the wing rather than play football. So in my opinion, and what I would say to Matt is, and people in the chat is, if you're Ange, you've got to be slating every single one of these players, every single one. Or it's got to be the manager and the philosophy. It can't be both.
We just don't. I think the thing for me, guys, is if we were losing games, and boy, do I need these. Boy, do I need these. If we were losing games, but you could see what we were trying to do, I'd be okay. Don't get me wrong, Dan. I wouldn't be okay with 19 defeats, but at least you turn around and go, I see what he's implemented in 2 years. But Dan, this is 2 years of being on the coaching, of being on the training ground. This, in 2 years, this is the football we're seeing week in, week out. And people are saying, trust the process. What are we, Dan? What sort of a team are we?
Team, business, whatever you want to call us. I don't even think half the players know themselves anymore, because they definitely haven't adapted to his style, or they haven't got the ability to adapt to his style, whatever way people want to put it, whether it sounds nice or whether it sounds bad. It's not working. Simple as that. And when something don't work, you fix it. And just because you have to change one thing in your car engine or whatever else in that, it doesn't mean you got to rebuild the whole bloody thing. You might have to take it apart a bit and to get the bit in there, but like you say, with the process thing and everything else, just because we get a new manager, it doesn't mean it's a new process.
Agreed.
It doesn't mean the whole process has to stop and get started again. Not in my opinion, anyway. It's just that game was painful.
Mate, I just want to see some tactics. I just want to see, are we a passing team? Are we a counter-attacking team? Are we a team that get loads of crosses into the box? I watched the Wolves game. I'm saying we watched the Wolves game. Just completely not at it, ripped apart. I'm watching today. West Ham are getting in time and time and time again. I'm not saying West Ham are great, but again, it's that one ball down that undoes them. Mm-hmm. No one's marking Wan-Bissaka. Spencer's gone back to looking like the guy that we knew, purely because he knows it doesn't matter how well he plays, he's not getting in the team.
Exactly.
The whole thing just stinks, doesn't it? The whole thing is just meh.
It's like what I said to James. Do you think it is just like some of the players on here now, they're not regular first 11, so they should be giving 110%? Yes, like I know every player should, whatever. But you'd think they're the ones even more who'd want to get noticed. But do you think it's also a thing with these players that no matter what they do, they know who Angie's first 11 is anyway?
Yeah, I do. I personally think that they believe it's like that. And it's what I said to several agents. Well, when we had that massive debate, mate, wasn't it? Where we said about building momentum. I completely agree under anybody else, but I don't think it's possible under this manager. I think it's actually. I just think. Listen, play the kids. There's no point in any of this. That's how I genuinely feel about Tottenham. What's the point? What are we gaining from anything? It's like week after week. For me, the first season under Pochettino was hard, but there was games where you went, "Oh, that was nice," or there was moments you'd go, "Oh, I like that. Yeah, that was a good link up." There, you can see he's got a little bit about him. I don't see anything in any single player to make me go, "God, that was something else, wasn't it?" Maybe the odd moment, i.e., Pedro Porro's ball to James Maddison on the Thursday. That one ball, but not the way he plays. That 10-second moment of I'll take this into my own hands and deliver a ball here. So for me, I just don't get it. I'm so I don't know. I don't know. I think that's the only way I can put it. Is I really don't know.
Put it, James. I think you're numb. Numb is the word. You're numb to it now. You're just like get on with it, sort of thing. Because
so
there is no light at the end of the tunnel.
Damn. So let me ask you this then. So the people that keep telling me this is a process and he needs his players, what are they seeing? Because this is not just today. This is every game we play. What are they seeing where they go, "Oh, actually, I like this. I like what he's implementing"?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Yeah, we've had the odd games this season where we have looked good and we've looked very good. And yeah, 9.5 times out of 10, surprisingly, has come back when we haven't really played Angie's whole system. When we've either not used the inverted wing backs or much, or tried a 4-2-3-1, or when it's gone from his usual tactics, is when we look good. We are a good counter-attacking, direct passing team in that aspect, and we just don't do none of it to our capabilities. None of it. And it just shows with the players. It's like I've said enough times.
Can I add to that? Like what I think is people's problems is they've been Anged. Ange has made up so many excuses and alibis and ways out. I mean, Matt just said this is West Ham's cup final. Oh, that means that we don't turn up. Then is it? Is that what happens in the cup final? We don't turn up. It's bullshit. Like there's things that I'm seeing. I'm just like, how do you put that into perspective? Like, i.e., Vicario should have saved that goal. But the first thing people say is but the first thing people say is Vicario's fault. Vicario. If you go back and watch that, there was a ball played down the left that was open. Then he switches it to Wan-Bissaka, and Wan-Bissaka's got half a pitch to himself. He takes 10 minutes on the ball, then plays in Bowen in behind. And ultimately, I am saying that Vicario should have saved that. I am saying that. But to just go, "Oh, that's Vicario's fault." Well, hold on a minute. He's a one-on-one with a goalkeeper. That's the last case scenario. Is Vicario should be saving it. What about the 15 mistakes before we get to that point? How can anyone stick up for Ange for those 15 mistakes before that point?
Basically, it shouldn't have got to that point. Yeah, is what you're saying.
I don't make you wrong, James. If we remove, we know what Vicario did. Let's remove that for a second. This is my problem. Every game, we are just so wide open. How many times, if we went back and watched that game, is Wan-Bissaka receiving the ball in acres of space?
Yeah.
We're not drilled. This is my problem. All right, Stanley. We're not drilled at all. We're really not well drilled. We don't defend well. But what we do is every now and then we have a game like we did against Frankfurt where we play well or defend well and people go, that's handball. But then we come back to, this is a poor West Ham team. Let's call it for what it is. This is a very poor West Ham team that are having all the game. It's embarrassing.
It's another team that should have quite easily been relegated this year if it wasn't for the saviour of 3 very bad teams. Basically.
Yeah.
That it is what it is. And it just goes back to the fact again for me, again, I want to win this game. I want to win every game. I mean, I think people misunderstand what I say when I say I really don't care about the rest of the season. I don't. But it doesn't mean I still don't want to win it. Of course I want to win it. But I just see where the priorities are on this one. That's all it comes down to for me.
This is what I said to Sava.
It's like what you said, James. I am literally numb to the way we play now because it is that. I mean, that goal was absolutely. I don't blame. I go with you with that. I don't blame Vicario 100% on that lot. Yes, he should have done significant. It was just the way the whole thing looked. It was painful.
100%.
Do you get what? I don't know how to explain it properly.
No, I agree. And like I said, for me, Vicario
at the top to the point where it got to Vicario and the way he just literally rolled it past him.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying, I mean, even there, that comment there, why isn't Kingsley getting a spot? Would it have made a difference? Would it really? Maybe saves that one shot, but the whole general play in the game, would it make any difference? Because our fans are very good at putting all the blame onto one player and using that as an excuse. I'm sorry. It is so easy. I think my boys under 11s, under 12s would tear this defence apart. And I'm being genuinely serious. I think that they have better movement going forward than our defensive ability are capable of defending. I think it is shocking. The positional awareness. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's just awful. The style is awful. The positioning is awful. Everything about it is awful. So what do we defend?
In some aspects, you think there and say, bollocks, why do we even put 4 back or 2 at the back or whatever? And that we might as well just stick everyone up the other end of the pitch.
Yeah.
Because that is basically what we are like with a defence. Our defence is that bad. It's painful.
Look, it's this simple. We're not drilled. We're not drilled. Yeah? We're not drilled. And Reezy, listen, Vicario made a mistake. That's fine. But like James and Dan just explained, how Bowen got into our box with that much space, with no one near him, and even getting the shot in is just dreadful. We need a coach. We are screaming for a coach. Screaming for a coach.
I would like to ask Reezy the question of how, like you said, how did he get there in the first place? And B, I'd like to ask him the question, or even like a bet. I bet you if Pochettino or Glasner or anybody walks into this team, I will bet him that we'd be top 8 next season and you'll see a dramatic influx of everything overnight, because you'll have a coach behind him actually coaching, and I would put a hell of a lot of money that overnight everything would change and we'd see a style and a philosophy.
For sure. I'm not even saying that a new manager has to come in and win things immediately. What I'm saying, it's just kicked off again on my screen. So you guys are more than welcome to be here. But if you want to go. It's up to you.
I'm going to go have my cold shower. It's probably it's going to do me better than watching this.
Yeah, I'll leave you to it, mate. I'll leave you to suffer. It's quite fun watching you suffer.
Cheers, guys. I'll see you at full time. See ya. So we're back underway. Hopefully the timer's working. Yeah, we're back underway. Stanley, what are you looking for, mate? Come on. Oh, no, there's nothing up there for you. There's nothing up there for doggies. There's nothing up there for doggies, especially ones that are growing so quickly. Hey, nothing up there for doggies. So we're off and underway. I don't think there's any changes from either side. I don't think there's any changes at all. Oh yeah, let's just hope we don't do anything embarrassing this half. It's just wide open. It's just always wide open at Tottenham. Oh. Here's Jed Spence, gives the ball to Tell, who's pass. Again, Tell he can't stop giving the ball away. Hey, Stanley, shush. All right. Hang on 1 second, people. All right, if you want to go out, Mummy's not there, though. Mummy's not there. Sorry, he thinks his mum's downstairs, but she's gone out. So he'll be back with us shortly, Will Stanley. So here's Tell, plays it back into Spence. My brain cells are dying. Every time I watch an Ange team play, my brain cells are dying. Big up, by the way, to a user with 2 super chats. Said, praise Ange. Praise Ange. Broke Spurs record for the shittest season ever. I know it's mad, isn't it? It's utterly mad, but praise him. That's what they want. They want praise. Big up to a user saying praise. Saw Ange ball blowing bubbles. People are blind. Mate, it's just unbelievable, isn't it, what they want? And thank you very much for the super chats. So nothing's really happened in this half, by the way. Ball not long. Brought down by Souček. Here's Emerson. Goes back to Cresswell. Mate, she's not in there either. Look. God, whenever she goes out, he just cries like he can't find her. Ball played out to Basuma now. Rolls it across to Danso. Ball's played into Kulu. I think he's had another really... Kulu is dispossessed so easily. And then good defending there by Danso and Gray. Anyone else really disappointed by Kulu? Like, I heard he was tired. That was the excuse earlier in the season. Then it was, oh, well, he's injured. Now he's been back for a while. Every game I watch him, he's just giving the ball away for fun. He looks slow. He looks lethargic. Here's Tell. Gives the ball to Spence, who tries to get him behind Todibo. He's still got it. I don't think there were any subs at half-time for anyone asking. I can't see anything that's different. Nothing that screams out to me here. I don't think so. Saab, Basuma, midfield. Kulu's there. Odebertel. Yeah, I think it's the same 11. As Danso's going to drive forward. Gets the ball out wide to Spence. And then his ball to Tell. Wasn't very good at all. Wan-Bissaka wins a throw on for West Ham. God, honestly, I think this manager's going to go down for me as playing one of the most boring styles of football we've ever seen. Sorry, guys. I wish I had some more excitement for you. Big up, Sam. How you doing, bro? Sam, you owe me one of those hats. I'll get you a hat. I'll get you one of these hats, mate. No problem at all. I don't know where you'd wear it, but you can have one of those hats. Is Tell going into the box, and again, just a really, really tame. Really tame from Tell. Like, got in a really good position. He got in a really good position, and then just, it's like he back passed it to the goalkeeper. Oh, dearie me. You can see why these two teams are where they are in the league. Ball's now played out wide to Odeber on the right-hand side. Odeber's cross hits the man, hits the first man, and Spurs can reclaim the ball with Gray, gives it to Kulu, and Kulu's lost the ball immediately. Now West Ham can clear the ball. It's a really but poor game of football, isn't it? Spurs play the ball back to Ben Davis. He's going to go back into Vicario. He turns, goes back to Ben Davis, who gives the ball away. God, it's bad, isn't it? God, it is bad. It is bad. God, what do we do on the training ground? What is it that they train? Here's Jared Bowen. He gives the ball away. It's cleared easily. And then one back. And then Paqueta wins the ball in midfield. Here's Kudus. Has a shot blocked. Here's Souček. Has a shot blocked. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Plays the ball out wide to Emerson. Down the line to Wan-Bissaka. Cuts in. Runs into trouble. Archie Gray can clear it. Archie Gray clears it to absolutely no one. Gives it away. So 53 and a half minutes gone. It's one of those games you just want to get to full time. I hate to think what Aston Villa are going to do to us. Just a lot of head tennis going on at the moment. And now look how much space Wan-Bissaka's got again. He's whipped the ball in. It's gone over everyone. Gray's headed it away. And then the ref's given a free kick for a foul on Danso. Gosh. I just don't know what we are. It's the problem I've got. I genuinely don't know what we are as a team. I don't know what this manager has coached for us to be. Well, I didn't like Conte's style, but at least I knew what we were. Whether I like it or not is different. I don't know what we are under this manager. Because we're not attacking at all. We're not an attacking team. We're definitely not a defensive team. I just don't know what we are. Tadibo takes the ball from Tell easily. Here's Paqueta. Plays it into Bowen. And he plays it out for a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur. I'll tell you what, this would cure insomnia, wouldn't it, this game? I've timed him out, by the way, people. I've timed Matt out for lying again. Sorry. I've I've timed him out. Again, he's saying how much I wanted Ange. No, I was willing to give Ange a chance. I said it wasn't a bad appointment. I was very wrong. Again, I just don't know how any of these Ange fans are watching what we do and thinking, I like this. I just don't get it. So here's Archie Gray, plays the ball back to Vicario. Penalty to Newcastle, by the way. Penalty to Newcastle. This is tough, isn't it? It genuinely doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter who plays, does it? We just look bad, whoever plays. Nothing's happening. By the way, when I go quiet, I mean nothing's happening. Paqueta is fouled by Kulusevski. Let's have a look. Is that a penalty in the other game? Oh, I think that's going to be outside for me. I don't think that's going to be a penalty. Here's Souček. Sweeps the ball wide. Out to Kudus. Takes on Archie Gray. Crosses the ball. Has gone deep. Brought down by Jared Bowen, who volleys just wide. Tell you what, I thought that was in. I'll be honest, I thought that was in. It was a good ball out to Kudus. Got the ball out of his feet quickly. Whipped the cross around Gray. Bowen brought it down. First time shot that flashed across the face of goal. Here's Sarr. Out to Kulu. To Gray. Back into Sarr. Yeah, I did. And then he wasn't. Pat, it's so bad, isn't it? It's just so bad. It's so bad. What, every week? There's a ball out to Tell. So he's got some space here. Keep going. Open your body up. He's laid it off well to Spence. Spence has crossed it and Cresswell clears it. That was better by Spurs, getting the ball down the channel quickly, moving it quicker. And that was all from Paqueta. Really poor pass from him, giving the ball away in midfield. The ball was spread by Odobert out to Tell. Spence made the run down the line. And then as he pulled it back, it was cleared by Cresswell for a corner to Tottenham. Oh, God, I could fall asleep here. Corner kick, hour gone. Corner kick, whipped in, headed away. It's fallen as far as Basuma, who has a shot from 20 yards, and that flies high and over the bar. I just need somebody to. I just would love. Have you noticed, like when Ben was on the other day, when I ask what our style of play is under Ange, no one can seem to tell me. No one can tell me what the style of play is. Like, what are we? Like right now, I'd rather right now, if I'm honest, get a JE on. Let a JE have a little run. Get Mikey Moore on. Do you know what I mean? This is. I know these Anjin fans just back the team. It's not about backing the team. It's just so poor. So here's Ben Davis, gives it to Vicario. Clears it long. Brought down well by Paqueta this time. He goes back to Kilman. And Kilman goes all the way back to Areola. Here's Cresswell. Here's Paqueta. Sweeps the ball forward. One in the midfield by Basuma. He gives it to Gray. Gray to Danso. Danso loses the ball, then wins it back. It's Basuma, who wanted the foul. I think he's going to get the throw on instead. But Basuma's stayed down injured. No one can tell me what our style of play is. No one can tell me. I don't know what we are. As the ref gives a foul for the Kilman going in on the back of Richarlison. So Tottenham have got the ball on the halfway line. Here's Spence. Suma plays the ball in. That's easily cut out though by Kilman. Spurs win the ball back in midfield. Here's Tell, but I think the flag might be off for offside there. Yeah, the flag's up for offside. Cheers, Nige. Very generous, mate. It is so bad to watch, isn't it? It really, really is. But thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Also, thank you very much to Morton Barley. Thank you, mate. I said, which is worse, watching this or listening? I've put him in a timeout again. He keeps coming back. I keep putting him in a timeout. He's just a waffler. He's been wrong all season. Big up to you, my man. Thank you very much. And Christopher B has said, game fully living up to the El Crapico billing. Yeah, it's been one of the worst games I've seen all season from anywhere, anyone. It's just awful. Big up to all of you. That is very, very generous from all three of you. Thank you very much. Big up to Jordan. Hope you're well, my man. Big up to you. So, I can't believe we've had 20 minutes of this half and nothing's happened from either team. tell you what, this is honestly, they should show this to any coaches that are aspiring coaches and show them this is not what you do when you have a football team. So it's a throw in deep for West Ham. They flicked it on, headed away by Spence. But here's Wan-Bissaka, lays it off to Todibo. Todibo dinks the ball across. This time it's cleared by Odegaard. And a foul again by Kilman on Richarlison. And Spurs are going to have a free kick. By the way, it's still Brentford 2, Man United 1. And it's still Brighton 1, Newcastle 0 in the other games. I'm losing the will to live. Mikey Moore's coming on. Mikey Moore is coming on. Good luck to the young lad. He's coming on for Richarlison. So that will probably mean Tell to centre forward and then Mikey Moore to the left. Oh, Wyndham. Oh, God, I'm loving that. Is it possible for both teams to lose? Here's Mikey Moore. Lays the ball off to Spence. Spence driving forward. That's it. Spence driving forward. Then his cross was put out for a corner kick. Much better. So, I mean, anything good this half has come from Spence driving down this left-hand side. But it's the final ball in, isn't it? So a corner kick's going to be taken by Mikey Moore. He whips the corner in. It's a good corner. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. I thought it was going to be a good corner, but it's actually gone straight into the side netting. So not a good corner at all, actually. Angie's shaking his head. Mate, listen, you coach them. It is clear by Ben Davis. Souček. West Ham sweep the ball forward. Fulkrug with the foul on Ben Davis. And Tottenham are going to have a free kick. Because the Anjin fans love it. The Anjin fans absolutely love it. No, Stanley's asleep. When Stanley's asleep, you let Stanley sleep. Because when he's not asleep, he's a bloody little terror. Here's Dan So. Plays the ball out wide to Gray. And that pretty much sums it up. He's gone straight out for a throw. Oh, what did we do to deserve this? Here's Kudus. He's run past 3 players, then dinks the ball to the back post. Fulkrug, header over the bar. A couple of dangerous balls now that Kudus has put in. That Fulkrug couldn't get the header on target. But again, far too easy. Kudus just going for everyone. It wasn't an easy header, but yeah. Brentford 3, Man United 1, Brentford 3-1. Looks like there is going to be a penalty this time at Brighton for Newcastle. That he's going over to look at the monitor. Here's Moore, plays it down the line to Spence, but this time Todibo. Todibo's complaining again. I don't think that's a penalty in the Brighton game. For anyone, I don't think that's a penalty in any way, shape, or form. I think he pulls his leg away. Yeah, I don't think that's a penalty. Not for me. Anyway, corner kick to Spurs. Whipped in, headed away by Paqueta. Stop. Here's Kulu. Tries a cross, it's blocked. Now Paqueta is fouled. This might just go down as the worst game of this season. There's been some bad ones. Both teams just... Mate, I don't know. I don't know, mate. I've got the patience to watch this every week. It's here's West Ham, blocked by Danso, then given away by Danso, then given away by Cresswell, then won back by Cresswell. Then given away by West Ham. Here's Mikey Moore. He's going to run at them. And Mikey Moore is fouled. The yellow card to Paqueta. Oh, dearie me. Let's have a look. Was it a foul? I don't think it was a foul. I don't think that was a foul for me. But hey, I know. I'm just not sure where the bottom of the V is. Apparently, it's not 19 defeats in the league. I don't know. I don't know what the bottom of the V is. Sorry, people. You haven't missed anything, by the way. The free kick has still not been taken. I know. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad how bad his coaching is. Almost. I mean, to say I look bored is an understatement, isn't it? They've still not taken the free kick. Now we're finally back underway. Here's Jed Spence. Gives it to Ben Davis. Now the ball's rolled out to Ben Davis again on the left-hand side. He's going to drive forward down that left with it. He's still going. And he gives it to Mikey Moore. Mikey Moore with a cross in. Not a good cross. Easily headed away. Now Fulkrog gives it to Kudus. Kudus is going to run at Gray. He's gone past Gray like he's not there. Then cuts back. Good play from Kudus there. He's given it to Paqueta. Paqueta dinks a ball forward, easily cleared by Jed Spence. Here's Mikey Moore. And the free kick. So many stop and start in this game. Free kick against Souček for handball. Man United are 4-1 down, by the way. Man United are 4-1 down. I love Thomas Frank. I think he's a great manager. I really do. I think Thomas Frank's a really good manager. Let's have a look at the league table as it stands. Brentford are right in. Brentford, Brighton and Bournemouth and Fulham in a dogfight for that 8th place European spot. I'd like to see a Jay come on now. Let's give the young lad some minutes, shall we? Here's Mikey Moore. We've got about 13 and a half minutes of this dross left. Here's Basuma to Gray to Odeber. Tackled. It's throwing Spurs. West Ham look like they're about to make a triple substitution. I think that's going to be Soufal, Ward-Prowse, and I think that's Carlos Sola, maybe. Yeah, so sorry, guys. I haven't got anything more upbeat for you today. It's I don't even know. I couldn't predict the score of this game now. I just don't know. But now the ball has gone out wide to Sarr. He's gone down the line to Kulu. He's held it up well that time. Gives it back to Spence. Spence into Basuma. Out wide to Sarr. Sarr to Tell. Gray crosses the ball. It's not a good cross, though. It's gone all the way over everybody. Collected by Papa Sarr. Papa Sarr has a shot. Oof. It's as close as we've come. It's as close as we've come. Papa Sarr firing one over the bar. At least he had an effort. At least he had an effort. How close was it? Yeah. Let's have a look from this angle. How close was it? Yeah, it wasn't a million miles away. Wasn't a million miles away. So Fulkrog is going to come off. And on comes Evan Ferguson. So loads of changes for West Ham. Oh, guys, when is this nightmare going to end with this manager? Not wrong. You're not wrong. So Ferguson, Ward-Prowse, Soufal and Sola, the 4 players all coming on for West Ham at the same time. Now Ariola's going to take the goal kick. And it's out for a throw-in to West Ham, down by the halfway line. So a foul by Dan. Is that a foul or I don't know? I think he's given a free kick to West Ham, has he? Or is it a throw in? I think he's given the foul for Dan. So yeah, I think if you're going to wrap your arms around a play, you're asking trouble. All I can say is the only positive I can give you from today is that at the moment we're not losing. That's the only positive I can offer you today is that we are not losing. So a free kick is going to be taken by James Ward-Prowse from the left-hand side. It's going to be an in-swinger, right-footed. It's gone low. It's fixed. That's a great save. That's a very good save from Vicario, and that is what he is good at. It's a really good save. The free kick was cheeky. It was whipped into the near post. I think it was Bowen who got a little flick on it. Or maybe it went all the way through. Vicario saved Spurs from their 20th defeat of the season there. So that's the one moment of real quality from Vicario in this game. Good save there. Now Spurs have a free kick just down by the halfway line. Sorry, yeah, if you can hear a little bit of snoring, that is the pug. Just watching this free kick again. It's whipped into the near post. Jared Bowen got the slightest of touches and a good save from Vicario. Man United have pulled one back. It's Brentford 4, Man United 2. Yes, that is the pug, if anyone can hear him snoring. He snores very loudly. And he has got the right idea. I've got Nacho with the Man United second goal. And the fourth Brentford goal was Visser. Scored a lot this year, hasn't he? I think he's got about 18 league goals this year. I'm not even angry anymore with Spurs. I don't even think I'm disappointed anymore. This is what half the fan base want. This is the manager they want, the style they want, the tactics they want. So I can't even be angry, can I? Because half the fan base tell me I'm wrong and they love him. So there's a ball over the top by Bowen. Spurs get that clear. Just so many bitty fouls, aren't there, in this game? Michael, anything. We got the Spurs review tonight. Mate, I don't know. I was told that this was an attacking manager. And this football we're watching is absolutely dead. This football we're watching, I don't even know what it is. It's not defensive. It's not attacking. We're not counter. I don't know what we are. By the way, it's still 1-0 Brighton versus Newcastle. It's still Brighton 1, Newcastle 0 in that game. Good end-to-end game, that. Big result if Brighton can hang on to this. Big result. But it's a free kick to West Ham. James Ward-Prowse behind it again. We know he's a brilliant free kick taker, so we've got to be wary here. James Ward-Prowse going to swing this in. It's going to be an in-swinger, right-footed. It's gone deep into the middle. It's flicked over everyone. Here's Paqueta. Dinks it to the back post, and it's being left by everybody. And Spence left it, and it went out for a goal kick. Oh, I wish this was just a one-off game being this boring, but as I said, guys, it's people like this, right? They want this, so I can't even be angry at it. If half the fan base want this, then who am I to who am I to have a go? If half the fan base want this, I mean, I don't know what he's done in 2 years as the manager. I don't know what we are. Anyway, there's a goal kick swept down by Vicario, flicked on, but then cleared by Soufal. And then West Ham, here's Kudus running at Spurs, lays the ball off. Here's Wan-Bissaka. He's had a bit of joy down that right-hand side, hasn't he? He gives it to Soufal. He gives it to Ward-Prowse, to Kilman to Cresswell. Here's Emerson. Back to Cresswell, back to Ward-Prowse, back to Kilman. God, this is bad. God, this is both teams. Absolutely shocking. Cresswell's down injured at the moment. Oh, tell you what, this has been a real tough watch. I mean, Spurs have, in the last 15 minutes, Spurs have done the square root of nothing. And Tell's going to get a yellow card. Yeah, again, sorry if you just joined and you can hear snoring. By the way, it's a penalty for Newcastle at the third time of asking. Isak's about to step up and take it. Isak, they've equalised. So Newcastle have equalised in the 89th minute. Here's West Ham on an attack. The ball goes across. Oh, my God, Archie Gray nearly scored an own goal, but the linesman's flag has gone up. And it's going to be a free kick to Tottenham. My poor pug. So 89 minutes. I don't think either team's got a winner in the mirror, have they? I mean, we've stopped doing anything as an attacking threat for 15 minutes or so. I'm really disappointed, though, that he couldn't bring on a JE and give him 15 minutes. I really don't know why he couldn't have at least done that, Ange. And the offside flag's up against Mikey Moore. There's going to be, by the way, there's 9 minutes of added time in the Brighton-Newcastle game. 9 minutes. Let's see how many more minutes we have to suffer here. Please only be about 2. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Surely even Spurs cannot concede for 4 minutes. Headed clear. There's a shot blocked. Now another cross put in. Archie Gray heads it away. West Ham, though, still got us pinned in. Here's Kudus. And defended well there by Odegaard. And it's a throw into West Ham. Surely Spurs can't even cock this up, can we? Here's Kudus. Kudus whips the cross in. Headed away. It's gone all the way through to Wan-Bissaka, who's crossed the ball in. And that sums up the game. His cross just went high and wide. And I think that kind of sums up the game as a whole. But we're creeping towards 40 points. Let's have a look. As it stands, we're 16th still. We are now 14 points off the top half. Let that sink in, people. We're 14 points off the top half. And I'm told that this manager's got a plan. Here's Wan-Bissaka. 2.5 minutes left. Here's Ward-Prowse. Gives it back to Wan-Bissaka. He's had a lot of joy today, hasn't he, Wan-Bissaka, down that right-hand side. Now the ball's played across to Kilman. He goes to Emerson. Gives it to Sola. Gives it to Kudus. Kudus is going to run at Spurs. That's a really good ball by Ferguson out to Wan-Bissaka. And Spurs need to get bodies back here. Here's Kudus. And to be fair, we did get the ball. And then Odegaard's given away a free kick in James Ward-Prowse territory, should we say. Yeah, so sorry I've not been more lively, guys. So James Ward-Prowse has a free kick about 25, maybe a bit further out. Let's have a look. James Ward-Prowse. About 25 yards out. It's in a wonderful position for someone like him. Let's hope this is one of his worst free kicks. 94th minute now. This will probably be West Ham's last chance to snatch a win. James Ward-Prowse steps up. And curls it just wide. And with that, hopefully that will be that, because this has been yet another day where I'm left scratching my head as to what Tottenham Hotspur are as a football club anymore. So Spurs now have one, if I'm not wrong, can someone check this for me? Is this one win in 9 Premier League games? I might be lying. I think it is, but Vicario takes the goal kick. Come on, ref, put us out of our misery. Headed forward by West Ham. And there is the final whistle. Thank God for that. There is the final whistle. Tottenham, the only thing I can say is we didn't lose. That is the only thing I can say about that utter shambles we just watched. Oh, guys. What to say about that? Hang on, let me get some more light in here. I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. It was another disgusting excuse for a football team, that performance. The only thing is that West Ham are crap as well. By the way, over here in Brighton, it's still Brighton 1, Newcastle 1. Newcastle look like they look like they're getting closer. So that's finished. Man United have pulled it back to 4-3. So Man United are 4-3. Diallo with a goal. So they're making a fight of that. And that was the El Crapico. That was absolutely would mind-numbing be too polite? It was absolutely mind-numbing. And and it's not the first time this season. Let's have a look. Let's get back. Let's catch up with time. Let's have a look. One win in 9, and that's Southampton. I've got just no idea what anyone wants this guy for. 1 win in 9. 1 win in 9. But don't worry, because we beat Bodo Glimt. Look, I don't know what to say, guys. If I'm honest, there was no real. I mean, the second half was bloody awful. Evening, mate. Evening, afternoon, whatever it is. You all right?
Yeah, dear, oh dear. I had a shower and everything now, just waiting for my decent hot coffee, and I'm fine, a bit more livened up. And then I came in and started watching the game and thought, why did I even get out of bed today? That was probably for me the worst game of the season. Yes, there's been games where we've been utterly destroyed in every which way and everything else, but to just watch a game of football from a Spurs supporter, from a West Ham supporter, or anyone that even likes football, that was the worst game of the season for me. That was shocking. To me, that was just who could be shitter on the day. And on the day, they were both as shit as each other, so it was a draw. That was terrible.
I mean, look, I think the only positive moment from
was that save.
From that second half was the save. I thought we were absolutely lackluster going forward. The midfield was just non-existent in that second half. Even Danso, who I thought had a very good first half, started making mistakes in the second. Mate, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. This is Dan. This is 1 win in 9 games, Dan.
I'm sorry.
This is one win. By the way, Brentford have beaten Man United 4-3. That game has finished. So Brentford 4, Man United 3. Let's bring up the league table, shall we, and see what all these scores today meant. By the way, there is still 45 seconds to go in the Brighton Newcastle game, 1-1. Newcastle snatching a very late equaliser there, but it's been a good game. That I'm jealous. Every time I look over, I can see 2 good teams attacking. Here's the. Oh, before I do that, big up to Sills Diamond. Said big up, Sava. Hope you feel better soon, mate. Yeah, I just feel a bit under the weather. That's all. I just feel a little bit under the weather. Yeah, that's it. But thank you very much. I really appreciate you, my man. Thank you very much for that. Dan, let's have a look at this league table, shall we? Because that will cheer us all up. Let's stop that screen. Let's share this screen. Right. Let's start at the top, shall we? This is bang up to date. So this is currently with Brighton 1, Newcastle 1. So we have got Liverpool, 82 points, absolutely smashed the league. Arsenal, only 3 points above Man City. And don't forget, everyone, this is Man City having their worst season in a decade. 3 points off of Arsenal. Newcastle United, 63 points. So just keeping themselves above Chelsea, Forest and Villa, who are all on 60. That's going to be a really good battle, isn't it, Dan, for the third, fourth, and fifth, or even second now. That's going to be a good battle. But here, the 2 of the managers that I want right next to each other, Bournemouth and Brentford. We'll talk about Brentford in a minute. Look at them there. Brentford currently now up to 9th, 52 points and 1 point off of European football next season. The Brighton game is finished, by the way. Then you got Brighton on 52 points in the top half. Fulham 51. Palace 45. There's the gap there from 51 to 45. Wolves on 41 points. Everton 39. United 39. Spurs 38. West Ham 37. Dan, 14 points now is the gap to the top half. 14 points. You got to laugh, haven't you, at this stage? We've got to laugh.
Yeah. Like I said, that's why I'm numb to it now. That's why I'm still standing on what I said. What happens in the league now is pretty irrelevant to me. I obviously still want us to win and everything. Don't want us to lose and that, but I just don't care. I really just don't care anymore. And after watching that, can anybody blame me for saying that I honestly don't care about watching Spurs play at the moment and what happens? it's just mate. It's the season as a whole, basically. I think that game just about summed up the whole season for what it has been, and that is just shit, to put it bluntly. And that is what it is. And until we get rid of this manager and get in just a normal, you see what I said about Ange, yeah? When I told everybody at the very, very start, before he even played, that he's got the easiest job a manager's ever had to win over this fan base, yeah?
Yeah.
Before he even played his first game. I think to an extent, this manager's going to have quite an easy job as well to win the fan base over. I think because all he's got to do is just be a bang average level-headed manager who shows that he knows how to use a defence as well. And I think there you go. That's a majority of his fan base won over for him for the season. Yeah. That is how bad I think it has got.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's. I'm not even annoyed we didn't win the game. I said it all. I don't know what we are, Dan. I genuinely don't know what we are as a football team. You know, like, you can watch a team and say, oh, they're not very good, but oh, they're defensive. They're a counter-attacking. They're an attacking. They're possession-based. They play tick-attacker. I genuinely couldn't pinpoint. Everyone in the chat, what are we? I know people are going to say shit and rubbish and not those sort of words. What are Tottenham? Like, what are we now? What's our style, everyone? Dan, what are we?
You know what? I mean, this is like what someone said to me the other day. I mean, was having a bit of a debate with, I'll say debate, having a good chat with a fella down the pub, another Spurs supporter and that. I've asked him to come on here because I think he'd actually be very good on YouTube. It'd be quite an interesting one. And we started going through everything and that, and then what managers would I have? I said, I'd take Thomas Frank all day long, Iriola. I just want a level-headed manager now that has a clue how to play football. He doesn't have to be world-class. He doesn't have to just get me a manager that knows how to manage a game of football, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And the first thing he said is, no way would I take Thomas Frank.
Oh, I'll go and get him.
So I spun it on him and I said, okay, why not? Why not? He said, well, he doesn't play Spurs style of football. He don't play the football I like. Well, okay. What an Ange does. Are you telling me Ange ball plays this Spurs ball, what everyone keeps talking about, of this way that we've played football over 20 years, which I honestly don't understand what people want. Sometimes to get it right, you got to do it the hard way. And I think quite a few people now sit back and realise, yes, Conte's style of football hurt the eye at times, but you still won games and you still got something out of it. This football is just, you don't even know what the team is. We're meant to be an attacking team. And there's just no attack in there. There's no direct through balls. Everything is tap, 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 tap. Okay, if we're playing tic-tac football, then play it. But we don't. And every time, and the one that just still gets on my nerves most is we take more chances in front of our own goal with a pass than we do in front of the other person's goal.
Yeah,
we've been doing that for nearly 2 years, and that is the bit that really that really pisses me off, basically. The fact that we'll take a 30-70 chance in front of our own goal, but won't take a pass in front of their goal unless there's like a 70-80% chance or something. It's painful.
The only route we seemed to have to go today was trying to get Spence overlapping. That seemed to be the only route we had to go. Look, and again, Odeberg got the tap in. Other than that, I can't remember Odeberg doing anything. Like, I can't remember him getting the ball, running at a man. Tell, another game where I don't know what Tell does. His passing's not good. His crossing's not good. He can't beat a man. Richarlison was awful. I mean, Basuma and Sarr. Everything just looked, going forward, we just looked horrible, Dan. And I'm asking everybody, what are we doing on the training ground? What are we doing? I get it, right? Do you know what? I expect that performance, Dan. Let's say Ange was sacked today, right?
Mm-hmm.
that's the sort of performance I expect from a manager who comes in, first game, has picked up an absolute mess, and we go, God, he's got a lot to sort out. But these performances are after him having them on the training ground for 2 years. And I was told by everyone, watch what he implements. Watch how his teams play. Watch how his style innovates and is fluid. This is the worst football I think I've ever seen at Spurs.
Yeah, I agree. And it's not the worst set of players we've ever had, for sure. Not in my opinion.
Agree.
I stick by what I said from day one. You at least get the players in the right position, right formation. You can make an average team look good. You get it working right. And there's a few managers that you can blatantly see they got the capability to do it. He just... Again, the season was dead 3 months ago. Easy. And I think everyone could see it. I know games still matter for people, but I think it's down to the point now as well. You can't tell me that those players are playing for him. I think the only thing they're actually playing for now is themselves when they play in that Europa Cup. They ain't playing for Ange. He ain't got that dressing room. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's just opinionated.
No, I agree. And Chloe, big up to you. I think she summed it up perfectly. A passive, non-physical team who like to dominate possession. I mean, look, most games, you're absolutely spot on. I don't know. I just want to... I don't like the word. I don't want to say I want to be proud. I just want to watch a game and go, yeah, we gave it a real good go. You know what I mean? I want to watch a game and go, yeah, I like that. I like what we did there. And again, there's no oomph. There's no players like Tell, players like Odegaard. Shouldn't these players be getting on the ball and going, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show everyone how good I am. And then I bet you I wake up to videos tomorrow morning from people talking about Odegaard and Tell and how much threat they give us out wide. And I just don't know what we are. I'm really baffled. It's getting worse and worse. Sluggish, said Ashvin. I don't know. But we won't play like... I know we won't play like that on Thursday. No, we won't play like that on Thursday.
I hope not. I think it is back to that thing again, like where we've even been sort of just trying to come up with reasons. It's not even excuse, but it is excuses in a way, but you're trying to think of logical reasons. And it's even got down to the point now where me and quite a few other people have said it, sort of gone back on themselves, me being one of them. And that's the fact of, like, we've slated some of these players this season because they have been absolutely shockingly bad. But it's now sort of almost getting to that point where, is it even fair that I judge this player for the formation and the way he's told to play?
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
It has literally got to that point. And no, some players just are not as adaptable as others. Simple as that. Some players are just not physically or mentally able to adapt to different formations, different styles, different positions like others can. This whole team, everything about it is wrong. The way it is played, everything about it is wrong. I mean, if you wanted to sit in there and do your own thing over it, and you could sit there and point out countless things that it just does not work for the players that we've got. And he's had 2 years to build this up now. He's had plenty of players in, plenty of players out. And it's either we've got a very bunch of average-headed players who can't adapt, or he just plays a system that just don't work.
Yeah.
I still say give him the best defense ever, and he will still never win a big league. Why? Because the way he plays, he would concede. Go stick Ramos, Maldini, Cafu, and Nesta, and come up with some other good defenders you can think of in there. They will still concede more than 45 goals a season.
Mate, for sure. I mean, I'm just trying to think. Did that keeper have anything to do today?
I think we had a shot on goal, didn't we?
I can't. That's how bad the game was, Dan. I'm sitting here thinking, did that? Like, let's be fair. Their goal was a mistake on their part. Sorry, our goal was a mistake on their part. After that, I can't remember guys, anyone remember a shot like that the keeper's saved or that was blocked or, just something? I mean, I know Papa Sarr had a shot that flew just over the bar, didn't he, from about 20 yards. I genuinely can't think. By the way, lots of people are saying about Conte. Guys and girls, first of all, Conte, I don't believe, was sacked. I don't actually think Conte was sacked.
No, he walked.
So I when people are saying, oh, Conte was sacked, we're not learning. Conte, you could tell, I don't care what anyone says, for the last 6 months, that man did not want to be here. He was ill. He looked ill. He didn't look happy. He lost some of his really close friends. Didn't 2 or 3 of his close friends die? Three. In quick succession. Let's be fair, that man, everything he was saying in press conferences was almost saying, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. So this whole, Conte, we're not learning our lesson. Well, listen, Conte didn't want to be here, right? This manager, I don't think wants to be here. If I'm brutally honest, Dan, I don't even think he wants to be here. If I'm going to stick up for Ange a little bit, this man's got all the hallmarks of a bloke that does not want to be our manager.
I could agree with that as well. And people would say that comes down to the toxic fan base, this and that, and everything else. Where if you can't take the bit of abuse because you're playing crap, then you're in the wrong game as far as I'm concerned, yeah. Because you can't just get sunshine blown up your ass all the time, and then just like a lot of other fans like to do, just sort of let it go over their head and play ignorance is bliss when we play crap or when you get it wrong. As far as I'm concerned, it always has to work both ways. You got to give credit when credit is due. Even if, like you did in the other game, basically, where it was one good game they had, and you gave them credit for it. Bentancur and Basuma.
Yeah,
they've been shocking all season, but they had a good game. So credit where credit is due. It's just the more and more you've watched of this all season, the harder and harder it is to give any sort of credit there. And it has just got to that point. I do believe he don't want to be here anymore either. I don't think he can quite take the pressure that comes at him off the press and everything. You can see he's very, very touchy with him. He can't handle that shit. Not over here. I don't blame him for not wanting to be here, but it is his fault we are in this position because he plays us this way. This is where I always stick up, some would say, for Levy. Yes, Levy employed him or got the person who employed him. Yes, I know it all works at the top. Levy does not say, right, these are the tactics we're using. I'm playing this player here, doing that player there. He has no control what goes on actually on the pitch. That's down to the manager.
I'll
Majority of our problems. Go on.
No, go on, mate. Sorry. Go on.
Majority of our problems, I agree with what a lot of people have said, is the fact that it has been a lot of individual mistakes.
Yeah.
But then when it's the same individual mistakes all the time, or another player making the same mistake, or the same mistake in the same sort of area, that's starting to tell you that the problem's a bit deeper than the actual player himself. That's starting to tell you, in my opinion, that it's the tactics. There is something not right about these tactics that need to be fixed. And people also keep going on about another manager, this and that. We keep doing it. I get that. Who wants to keep going through that? But at the end of the day, for me, it's a dog-eat-dog world. And if you want to get there, you just got to keep digging until you find the best or what works best for you or whatever way. When a player hits 30 and he's coming down from his peak, sell him. I don't care if he's had a good 10, 15 years at the club and been loyal. Sell him. It's dog-eat-dog. You want to get to the top, you don't do it through being nice. I know that sounds raw to a couple of people, but who really makes it? What club has ever made it to the top through being a nice club? And I think that's one of the biggest problems we are at Spurs. The fan base is so accepting. We're just too nice. And people will accept the crap and make excuses for 19 defeats in the season.
Well, look, there's the only positive from today is that we didn't make it 20. For me, that is the only positive today. Look, Dan, I've got the Spurs review at 7:30 tonight, so I'm not going to go too much more into it, to be honest. But look, guys and girls, sorry I couldn't give you any more fun. I know I was a bit down during the watch along, but it was truly, truly dreadful. Look, let's just hope Thursday night we're a little bit better than that, because can't be playing like that away in Bodo. So, look, Dan, thanks for joining me before, during, and after the game. Guys and girls, thank you for all the likes and the subscribers and the super chats. We'll be back live tonight. I don't actually know. I can't even remember who's on tonight, but we'll be back tonight for the Spurs review at 7:30. So please join me there. Thank you for your time. I don't really think there's anything else to talk about with this game at the moment. So let me go away, take a bit of time. We'll be back tonight. Take care, everyone. And as always, come on, you Spurs.